They can be. I have a okay memory. It's not great. Anyways, ahoy there, mates. So we'll play here today. Today we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. Sorry for the long ass needed uploaded. I haven't uploaded in over 3 weeks. Jesus. One, been out of town. Two, been kind of busy on a lot of our ends. So yeah.
Greatest time of the year.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
You have to take care of priorities. It's fine.
Either way, I don't expect it to be a very intensive session tonight. We're unfortunately missing a good half of the party, but you guys are in a generally safe place. It's a good time to sort of regroup, figure out what you guys want to do, figure out some plans, all that good stuff, and especially shopping. But before we get into all of that,
Tell me how I'm all drunk and I'm here early, or at least on time. Everybody else is just meh.
fair enough. But let's go ahead. I will run us through a quick recap since we were not here last week.
Yep. In the session that was not aired because my laptop decided to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you're here. You're here and you're in good health. That's the important thing.
Exactly. So,
Despite
last
efforts to try to kill me with sleep deprivation.
last time, you guys were making your final treks out from the Underdark Caves. You had come across one of the ancient ruins and managed to release one of the great sphinxes. This one named Atlas, as he was the sphinx to the god Arcuus. You guys helped him escape, so he gave you a nice little piece of information for answering his riddle, specifically answering Mr. Ingrid's question, referring to a particular character in his backstory. The goddess of Twilight. But nevertheless, you guys were finally able to get out of the Underdark and made your way into the city of Proes, where in which you were able to track down an abandoned building, the old water wheel that used to provide some electricity to the shantytown, but other story stuff aside, it has been long since abandoned.
After
In
one
there,
dead body was found in a river, the place was abandoned.
I mean, it was the dead body that spurred rumors that caused it to get shut down. Plus, there's probably a little bit of propaganda and all of that, considering this place was providing cheaper energy to the lower shantytown, but now they have to pay more money to get the energy transported from the top of the mountains.
Now I'm curious to see, wondering if it was just basically corporate sabotage. That'll be kind of interesting.
Who knows?
Sabotage.
Anyway, you guys were able to find a place, explore it a little bit. For a brief moment, you thought it was actually haunted, but it was actually just a young vampire woman guarding over her phase spiders.
Yep,
And-
it's definitely better than ghosts.
I mean, that's not exactly better, but
She's not trying to kill you, so that's something.
I mean, we did. I do remember that part, but after that, I left in the session because
She did two things of note. She is a cleric of the Mother of Monsters, coincidentally, and she did allow you guys to stay in the watermill for before you guys called it a night, you had made the decision to go out into the marketplace and see what sort of shopping stuff you guys would want to do.
Yep. How much gold do I have on me? I only have 4 gold and 21 silver. I cannot afford much.
I think I can help. Let's see. How much money do I have? I have
Yeah, 'cause I
112
definitely-
gold and 5 silver. I think I can help you.
I mean, I could sell my longsword for a rapier. So it's not like the end of the world for me.
Oh yeah, and there is always bargaining.
Yeah, so I could try to say, hey, I'll trade you my longsword for that rapier plus
Oh my.
2 gold or whatever.
I have no money, and I'm proud of it.
I mean, that's because you're bad with money management, but
My character's fairly decent on money management.
I'm
Considering
amazing at managing my money. I spend it as soon as I get
Monday?
it. Monday.
money.
I've been drinking
No.
ever since you.
you sit in the background and you craft it into supplies for spells, which is fine, but don't act like you're good at managing money.
I'm amazing. I spend it as soon as I get it. That's what you're supposed to do.
True capitalism.
You're a different kind of person.
I don't necessarily 100% disagree, but at the same time, I don't 100% agree.
That's what I'm saying. Like, makes sense, but
Before one last thing I wanted to bring up before we go ahead and get started, I did set up this little number here,
Ooh.
a nice little quest log, so we can kind of keep track of what's all going on. Hey,
Right.
here's a mysterious
Hey.
visitor.
oh wow, yay,
JD's
quest log. Hey JD, good to see you. I'm drunk.
You
No.
sound fine.
The one
Get a
person we
couple more.
thought, the one
Get
person
a
that we,
couple more in you, you'll be fine.
the one person that we thought was not gonna be here is here.
Whiskey's
Yeah,
a hell
I'm
of a
only here for like 5 minutes to let you guys all know your nerds for the week. I've ascended to Christian nerd.
Oh my god.
Yep.
If we're nerds, that makes you
yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
All right. Also, we need to find a place for Vendrick. So
I thought
guess
we already did that.
not quite. We only got the place for the night.
No, we did that for. We found
We
another
already
place.
found. Vendrick can stay there.
I mean,
Yeah, he's just gotta make sure he doesn't get eaten.
That's why we did that. We didn't do it for one night, Silver.
Never
We're
mind.
not
Are you
idiots.
sure
We're gonna
about that?
negotiate. We're gonna negotiate properly, Jesus.
'Cause you guys didn't have a long conversation with her.
yeah.
You don't even
So
know. You don't even
No,
know
we
her
just
name.
effectively said, "Are you able to keep her and keep this guy?" And she said, "Yes." It's like, all right, good.
I feel like this could end
Yeah.
badly.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll keep
No.
working
Well,
on it.
We'll just leave the old defenseless man with the vampire woman that raises face spiders.
Yeah, because we've
Oh,
never. Yeah, because
Oh,
we've never
totally
made.
not
Yeah,
the
because the
erotic
crew's never
plot
made a
of
mistake.
Castlevania.
Yeah, because the crew's never made a mistake before or anything like that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I don't trust her as far as I can throw her. Ball.
You have a bad
Well,
back.
that's why you're not the strength character. That's me. Yeah, anyway, gotta go, guys. Rue, send over those dice rolls when you can, and results and all the rest of it, and I'll catch you guys whatever.
Yep.
Right, bye.
Bye.
So here is how we will do some of the fun shopping here. So intro is even this sort of late in the evening. The moon is up in the sky, but the city is alive. Shopping is a full-time job for some of these people, whether it's buying, everyday clothes or specific jewelry. even young fledgling adventurers looking for some nice gear.
Yeah, I'm going to go to a weapon shop, see if I can get a trade going.
So, one minor problem with the marketplace. It is very busy, and there are a lot of people here, and it is mostly unregulated outside of guards making sure, no one's specifically stealing or cheating.
I would let's see. I know all the secret patterns and also the flow of two cities, confined passages through urban. I'm gonna be okay through the marketplace.
For the most part. It's not so much that it would be impossible to find something, it's just a matter of which one you find first.
Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna go find a weapon shop, see if I can trade my sword.
all right. So as soon as you enter the marketplace, like I say it's a bustling place. There are people all over. You got people crying out, "I got this for sale! Hey, come buy this!" So the way we're going to do this is I'm going to ask you how you go about hunting down said shop or said item you're looking for. And then we're going to do a little associated skill roll to see how well or how quickly you find said place. So, Silver, you head into that marketplace, busy as hell, trying to scream over people. How are you going to go ahead and hunt down this weapon shop?
Sounds stressful.
Well,
It
one,
is.
I'm gonna be kind of keeping an ear out for anyone that sounds like they're selling swords and whatnot. I'm also keeping an eye out for people that would be willing to trade, say, a sword, or say, I trade, give them a sword, they'll give me X amount of money, etc. So I'm more or less kind of keeping an ear out as well as poking around with some local stores,
All
see
right.
if I can find anything.
That sounds like a perception roll if I've ever heard one. So let's go ahead and see that perception.
Alrighty, here we go. Why is it doing that now?
All
That
right.
would be a 19. I'm
Solid 19. You hear left and right somebody trying to, hey, premium sword, I have weapons for sale. But you find this one little place, sort of off a little bit in the corner, kind of tucked between a bunch of bigger places, and you just hear the clinking of hammer against steel
I'll go.
as there's this.
I'll go to the small one.
It's a small little blacksmith shop with nothing more than what looks like somewhat of an elderly gnome working at a little anvil, a magical fire nearby him, as he
Hmm.
works on a variety of weapons.
Does he
He's
notice
not.
me or?
As soon as you approach what little makeshift stand he's got together, he seems just dead focused on this little metalwork he's got on the anvil right now.
All right. Um, how long has he been at it? Can I roughly tell
I
or?
mean, I don't think you have any like expertise with smithing at all.
No, I do not.
The most you can say is the piece of iron he is working is it vaguely looks like a sword, but it's still got some edges to rough out.
Um, I'll wait until he at least gets it done.
Alright. You go ahead and just kind of stand there for probably a good 5 or 10 minutes before he goes and goes to put the sword into little magical fire, and all of a sudden he glances over his shoulder. Oi! As he goes and takes the sword, sticks it in a bucket of water. What can I do for you?
I'm actually looking to trade my sword for another weapon.
Well, trade it in. Oh, let me see the piece. As he kind of
As I
stands off of his little wooden stool.
as I show him my long sword.
He reaches out his hands up to take the sword from you.
I give it to him.
He looks it over. He's eyeballing it. Kind of adjusts some little old rusty glasses on his face. Oh, this is a good piece.
Mm-hmm.
You one of them noble blokes?
No, I'm actually a bard.
Bard? Ah, you're one of them artisan blokes. I get you.
Um, if you have a rapier, I would like to trade the longsword for a rapier if you have one.
Mm, rapier. He sets the long sword on a table next to him. He goes over to a little chest, pops it open, kind of starts shuffling around. You hear the clanking of metal and iron and steel all mixed together as he pulls out the handle of a rapier. Well, I've got half of one. Tells you what. You want to trade this thing in anyhow,
Yeah.
huh? All right. Give me a good day or so. I'll melt this thing down, and I can make you a rapier at your normal longsword here.
That works out perfectly for me, actually.
All right.
Um,
And what's your name, sir?
oh, Alex Kimbella.
All right, Mr. Campbell. My name's Gobby. It's nice to meet you. As he kind of takes his little hand and starts shaking yours.
I shake back.
You comes back here right early in the morning. Well, the afternoon's probably better. Yeah, the afternoon. And I'll have this thing all straightened out for you.
So by sometime afternoon.
Yep.
All right. Um, I guess I'll pay you once I come back.
Yep. No problem.
All right. As I wave goodbye and wish him a very good night rest. Assuming he's not immediately starting banging on the forge, but that's beside the point.
I mean, he more or less waves you off and returns to his forge and gets all of his work going.
Is there a library or a bookstore of any sorts around here?
Yeah, but I'm gonna just take the mashed
How do you
potato.
want to go about finding
I'm
them?
gonna take.
Um,
I'm gonna take some of the mashed potato and the.
I'm going to go around just
Chicken
talking to people, asking them about it.
Yeah. Someone make.
All right.
Doesn't want to take it to go, so I gotta. Nobody.
Let's
Except.
just go with do. We'll go with a persuasion check. It's a handy dandy persuasion. We're just gonna have 19s for the evening. Is that how it's gonna work?
Don't worry,
It's up
someone's
to you
bound.
now, Blood Archer. You gotta hit that 19.
He's
Oh,
someone's
do I need
bound
to
to.
roll? Oh no, not
Not
yet.
right now.
Sorry.
Not yet, not yet. Not yet.
Or
Yo,
2 for 3, so eventually.
I didn't realize that my mouse has a option because it's a Diva mouse to glow in the dark.
Ooh, that's cool.
That's peach vodka, by the way.
No, this is actually for Loco, but I had whiskey earlier before this.
No, what I'm drinking.
Ooh, nice man. I've had it before. It's hard to find in New York.
I'm not much of an alcoholic, so
Did you just
Listen,
call
I'm-
both of us alcoholics?
no.
Listen, I'm dealing
I'm
with
just
my
not one to consume
Silver.
alcohol.
Mr. Pirate, I'm dealing with my inner demons, okay? I just found out from my doctor that my seasonal depression is now all the time depression, and I chose to drink amongst my friends and enjoy the company of D&D with
I
you
wasn't
lovely
judging.
individuals,
I swear.
and then I could just sleep in because fuck the cold.
All right. So, with a 19, you you have a nice conversation with a couple people, and they all start to keep pointing you in the same direction as you find a little cart hooked up to what appears to be a small pony of sorts. This cart is very, very small, but it is currently crowded around by a few children that are probably up a little later than they should be, as there appears to be some sort of what first looks like a puppet show, but then as you get closer, you realize there is maybe a foot tall little warforge sitting in the cart, reading out some sort of play.
Hmm. Interesting.
And as you approach, you you can stand there for only about 5 minutes, and that's about right about when the play is over. As the tiny warforged book closes up his book and tell, all right, everyone, that's all the show for tonight. Come back tomorrow. Have a good evening, everyone. As it waves off all the children and most of the children. Oh no! But eventually, they slowly but surely start to kind of clear out a little bit. As the little warforge goes and starts putting his book up onto a series of shelves put behind him.
Quite the interesting show there.
Oh yes, it is. It's a bit of a delight for myself entertaining the children.
Huh. Well, I was in the look for a bookstore of any sort, and people kept pointing me this way. So I suppose you're the proprietor, or you know somebody.
Oh, well, if it's books you're looking for, I've got quite a collection myself.
Well, I'd certainly be willing to trade for some. I'm not amazing with coin at the moment, but I have a few things I could possibly turn in.
All right. Well, I can tell you what. If you've got something of notable value, and you're willing to return the book, I can just hold on to something for you, and then when you bring the book back, I can give it back to you.
Sounds fair. How about a book for a book? And I place down the book on interior design.
He kind of takes the book in little metal claspers that don't have quite all of their fingers. He starts flipping through a few of the pages. A boring book, but I can do it. I can do all the same. What kind of reading materials are you looking for?
I really just need something to hold my attention. Um, no specifics. Just what do you think would be the most interesting?
He kind of taps his little metal chin. Hmm. You see him kind of shuffle over to his little shelves. Do, 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 do. Uh, this one might be a nice read for you. As he pulls the book off a shelf. Here you go. He sets it on the table.
What's the book's name?
The book reads the history and legends of the Dragon Slayers.
Ah!
However, there is a very fancy illustration on the front of the book that sort of denotes it as clearly more of a children's tale as opposed to, a historical record. It's not the perfectly accurate, but it's very entertaining. Children loves it from all over. Not many of the adults are a big fan of it.
Hey,
Alex
I don't
Gonzalez.
mind. I just need something to keep me occupied.
Oh yes, very up. It's got lots of words. Trust me, you love it.
All right, I'll trade that in.
Right? And he will take your interior design book and set it on the shelf.
And then I'm gonna look.
And
Blood Archer, I know has the most money, right?
I
You could
think
Yeah.
I
presume,
think
but I'm
Blood
not sure if
Archer's
he
the
has
only
that
one
much
that
money.
has money out of our entire group.
I'm pretty sure he has the most money in my mind. So I'm going to look for him and then start following him around and possibly pester him for stuff later.
Yum, chocolate.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
I don't know why, but I just kind of like thinking that Lorelai just kind of like stumbling around the market with like a bottle of alcohol in one hand, like looking for his items.
I mean, think about it. Since you guys met me, I had a bottle of wine that I could just put in my bag and a collapsible wine glass. Who's to say I'm not just
Oh yeah,
enjoying myself?
I forgot about that. Wait, where'd
Yeah,
you get a
man.
collapsible wine glass?
Oh, I crafted it back when he was in my
You know
village
what?
because of skills.
No, instead of following him around, I'm going to look for local merchants, traders, people who own caravans, who don't seem to have anything to do with uh
You can
what's
follow
the
me, it's
city name?
fine, man. All you gotta do is talk to me.
What's the what name?
The city name, the city we were just came from.
Oh, Petrimo?
I'm gonna look for merchants that don't seem to have much to do with Petrima at the moment.
I would
I
say
could
there's
come off
not
as
nearly as
racist.
many the town itself as much there'd be
Oh.
people associated with the Dalkeen Trading Company, which they would specifically have like the Dalkeen logo or name on their cart or even on their uniform or something.
And the Dulkins are the ones who run out of Petrima, right?
Yes, Dalkeen is specifically the mayor that that you guys don't
Actually,
like or
no.
doesn't
I'm
like
going to
you.
look for the headquarters of the God, what's the name? My trading company,
You mean Dramer?
Dramer. I'm gonna look for the headquarters here.
Uh, well, it depends what you're referring to as headquarters.
Any sort of base of operations.
So the all right,
I'm
you
not looking to
could
interact directly with a Meyer. I'm looking just to make a deal with some sort of storefront.
okay. Um, well, if you asked around, the first thing you would get pointed out to is, for the most part, Dramer does not do small time business. It usually does not do stuff with individuals. It's usually massive trades between local governments and cities because their
Yeah.
main thing is dragons transporting goods.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very expensive but very high security.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm not looking to trade items.
Mm-hmm. As far as where this would be done, the best place to ask them questions, quote unquote, directly would end up being the top of the mountain at their basically distribution center. Unless you get lucky enough, you could actually communicate with the dragons themselves.
I'll go to the distribution center.
I mean,
Okay.
we are kind of friendly with uh, a wyvern or a young dragon, but we haven't seen
We
them
don't
in a
know where
while.
that is.
Mhm. It was a wormling. It's not like you got his business card or anything, so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm just gonna wander off on my own to do that.
Okay. Then, before we get to that, I'll go ahead and ask Blood Archer. Since we're all out here shopping, was there anything you wanted to look for?
One, a hunting shop, specifically to see if I can't get a better version of my whip or a better crossbow. something similar to that, because the fact that I'm mainly a hunter by trade or by force. So that's the main idea that I wanted to try to take advantage of the city, try to find a trader of those um particular fields.
Okay. How do you want to go about finding one of these places?
I mean, I thought I would just travel to town, but to be reasonable, probably see if I can ask a guard or somebody important that actually knows the lay of the land, the correct direction for either a hunter shop or a weapon shop that's friendly with hunters. Since, to be fair, my day-to-day outfit looks like I'm a hunter.
Or a very underdressed assassin.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. I'm mad you said very underdressed assassin. Get out of here. It's like you're not exactly dressed to go to this particular assassination contract, but like what you're wearing is so 2021. Like, come on, man.
Oh,
I
I've
would
been
have.
out of style for a few weeks now.
It's like,
If
come on, man. Have you even read the magazine of Assassin Vogue?
Can
Assassin
we make
Vogue.
that canon?
Oh my god. The Assassin Vogue magazine.
Yes,
Killer
alcohol
Weekly?
plus D&D. Yes, Killer Weekly. Yes, fuck yeah.
Can we make the canon that there's actually a magazine called Assassin Vogue in the game that
If
only
Johnny wanted to do
assassins get?
If Gianni wanted to actually make that a thing, I would be against it. I'd
No,
laugh
if
and
that
enjoy it.
existed, it would have probably been in Old Flureg now, not in anywhere now.
Probably. So there's probably
No,
some.
you're probably right. You're probably right.
Well, that they could technically exist in the blood cults. 'Cause
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Would a secret cult really want to publish a magazine?
I don't think they
It's a very
would.
exclusive club. It would look like a normal magazine, but probably have stuff written in importance that are in
Oh my
code.
god.
Oh,
They-
like having thieves camp into their magazines to help them the planes and
yeah.
stuff. I can see that.
It'd be Steve's Cant and
No, people are dying to get their
They're-
articles published.
They're all disguised as cookbooks.
mhm.
That'd be
Oh,
awesome.
that would be pretty good. Cool.
No, I was saying people are dying to actually get their articles published.
Be right back. I'll go grab myself a snack real quick.
So let's go ahead and hunt. Let's find you some hunting supplies, Blood Archer. Go ahead and give me let's go with a persuasion roll.
Persuasion? Alright, bet. I'm not that drunk yet. Alright, persuasion. Did I hit the right button? No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I did hit the right button.
you did. It's just you rolled really badly.
Oh,
There's
that's
the four.
trash. I mean, it actually makes sense. If I have bad fucking rolls, it makes sense. I'm drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I have an excuse.
You stumble over to one of the guards, and you think you walk up to the guard and go, "Yes, good day, my fellow man. Could you please point me in the direction of the nearest hunting store?" What you actually did was, "Hey, my man, where's the hunting store? I want to buy a bow. Where can I get one?" And the guard
Oh,
just,
fuck.
just stares at you. It's like, "The bar's up the hill. You need another drink. Otherwise, get out of here before you cause a scene."
Damn it. Is there any way that I can re-roll or try to roll better, or am I just fucked?
I will say you can try again, just probably not the same way.
What do you mean, probably not the same way?
Like, you
Different
can't-
check.
Yeah. So you think of
Alright.
another method for finding the store.
We don't really know anything about the place other than it's slightly confusing in design, correct?
It's not a matter of it being confusing. It's the marketplace is more or less this big open area where if you want to sell something, if there's space, you set up a stall and start selling shit.
I
So
think
there's
like
not
what would be
So there's no
best.
permanent stores. You just kind of gotta go around.
So then
for
you
the
know
most.
what? I'm gonna travel around to see if I can't find anything of what I'm looking after. What should I roll to represent me trying to look around to find something? Since I realized that I accidentally spoke in tongues, pretty much.
Perception would be the word you're looking for.
He
All
has
right.
he has to guard the question and thieves can't on accident.
Uh, perception.
The cat falls off the crow balcony.
All right, you get a good look around, and you're like, aha, there you go. You immediately walk up to a stand, stumble over, and have to catch yourself on the table at the stand. And
Thank God it 8 passes.
what you approach this stand? What do you ask the man behind the counter?
I'm gonna ask him as calmly as I can and professionally as I can if he happens to carry any. I'm pretty much looking for an upgrade to the whip that I have for hunting. Show him the whip, obviously, and or a better crossbow than the one that I already own, and then would then hence show him said crossbow.
As you look up at the man, you take note. He appears to be an elf, probably a bit of a snobby elf. Although you kind of look in his hands as you realize he's holding like a crystal bowl, and he looks at you with this most bizarre look as you go and take in the sight to realize you just walked up to a crystal glassware salesman. No, I don't think I sell those. Mostly cutlery, bowls, cups.
My apologies. My apologies. I've had one too many. By any chance, could you redirect me in the position where I might find a hunting store? Thank you very much.
Well, I don't know if there's. I'm not quite familiar. That fellow over there might be able to point you in the right direction. He looks like a hunter himself. As he points across the way to what looks like a meat stand.
All right. Out of respect, I'm gonna hand him 2 gold for his assistance and
Holy
patience.
shit! You
And
have
I'm
as
going
little
to.
understanding of money as I do.
Oh no,
Does
I'm
he-
just being nice
Okay.
because at the end of the
Extremely
day, yeah, he's a meat salesman. He lives or dies based on if he catches anything. I'm a
Oh, you're
hunter.
giving the money to the meat salesman?
The guy who
No,
gave me the information.
it is a glass salesman.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, glass
Go.
salesman. I apologize. I'm actually drunk. Sorry. I'm giving them the money because I appreciate the fact that A, he had the patience to deal with somebody who's clearly intoxicated, and B, he was honest. So
Yeah, 2 gold is a fuck ton.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
to
aware of that.
a common
I mean,
man,
you're-
that is like 2 months worth of wages.
I'm fine with that.
I mean,
I'm perfectly fine with that. I appreciate hard workers.
It's weird because it seems absurd, but also makes sense. Because Lorelai would regularly get paid mostly in gold, so 2 gold
Yeah.
pieces is like nothing to him.
Exactly. So it's like, yes, obviously in the lore of D&D, it seems ridiculous, but what I do for a living, that ain't shit.
Lorelai is basically a foreign prince that's really fucking nice.
Yeah, it's like you work for a living, you do this for a living. It's like, and you were nice to me. Yeah, fuck yeah, you're gonna get what you deserve, bro.
He's the
I'm a
actual
nice murder
Nigerian.
hobo.
He's the actual Nigerian prince trying to give you.
He's the actual Nigerian prince that everyone gets emails from.
Oh shit, that's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. Yes.
Is this
All
a
right.
scam? No, I'm just nice.
So obviously, I already took the 2 gold off my sheep. I'm gonna hand him the 2 gold out of respect and say I appreciate your honesty. Thank you so much for your patience, and head over towards what I think might be a lead for what I'm looking for.
All right. So the elf will just very cautiously watch you leave, and he's going to take out a little towel as he picks up the gold and kind of cleans it before he takes it.
That's fucked up, but I completely understand.
I mean, you basically are drunk. Walk up to a glass shop, like a glass crystal
We also-
pottery shop.
We've been underground for what, 2 days now?
3
That's
days.
one of the reasons why I'm drinking. The main reason is because it's the anniversary of my father's disappearance.
Yeah, 3 days, and the first day we spent the whole day fighting trolls. And we have not cleaned ourselves or
Yeah, that is a very good point.
since, probably.
The only one that might have been cleaning himself would have been Alex Kimbella. And that's a huge maybe.
Yeah, fair enough. Yep, you're right.
So you head over to the meat stand where there is a nice collection of salted meats, rations. There's even a whole deer hung up, slowly
delicious.
chunks cut off of it and sold off, as it is this very tall Goliath with an eye patch and a very large bow, sort of holstered over his shoulder on his back.
Well, he definitely is the hunter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Go to him and politely ask if either he himself or he would know a nearby shop that happens to deal with hunters' weapons and or either crossbows or whips or similar things useful in hunting.
All right. Fellow, look at you. Go ahead and do a persuasion roll at advantage. Since,
Persuasion. Fuck my brain. There we go. Yeah. I mean, I think the 14 would have passed, I think, but thank God it's at advantage. I feel like I feel like roll 20 is
to get
drunk.
the 19, though.
Yeah, no, you're right. Shit, I was one off. I failed this city.
You already got
you failed to get the
that.
19.
The required 19.
The required 19 would have been his first roll.
True. All right, what
I
does the
expect
person
you to
say?
get a 19 at some point tonight.
That'd be awesome, to be honest.
The one-eyed Goliath gives you a good once-over. Yep. You look like a good hunter. All right. Here's where you want to go. And he gives you these very specific instructions. Go left here, right here. When you pass this stand, go between here. Don't go past this stand. Giving you a lot of exact details where you're going to find this elf dude from the forest. And he is probably the best hunter that you're going to buy anything from.
My fucking cousin, for all I know.
Awesome.
All right, I'm going to thank him for his time and his patience, and I'm going to give him 1 silver and proceed on my way with the right directions.
All right.
All right.
And it takes you a few minutes to navigate your way through the crowd. A couple of drungle
Drungles. Fuck them drungles, man.
The wrong direction for a brief moment, and
Fucking drungles, man. They be
the
everywhere.
guy gives you such specific instructions, even in your inebriated state. You start to walk the wrong direction. You look, oh, that's the place he said not to go by, so I need to go this way.
Yeah, man.
And you arrive at a particular stand that is, for the most part, a very large tent that has been set up. Or I'm trying to think what the fuck the word. They're like tents, but they're open on the side, so it's just the top of the tent. Sticks.
Similar to what the Khajiit traders use.
You mean awnings?
There we go. I think.
I mean, not necessarily an awning, because an awning's like attached to a building, but it's the kind of thing you see at like relay races where it's like a fold up things.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I, hmm.
Well,
I used to know what it was called, but it's been a long time.
it's this little tent thing, and it has boxes and barrels full of various hunting supplies, scrolls, maps, and a wooden box with a tree growing out of
Interesting.
it. And stood there at the little table, just working on some little whittling. Appears to be an elven man wearing a black wooden mask.
Boy, that's probably familiar.
Oh, I think I know who this is. Nope, wait.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's your mom.
No, my mom was human. My father's the elf.
Gotcha.
Go ahead, and as you approach him, give me. Let's go with a history check.
Oh God. Yo, my friends are stupid. Fucking edited my photo and put a mustache on me while I was smoking a cigarette. Yeah, you guys are fucked. Sorry, history check you said?
Yeah.
At advantage or disadvantage?
Say
Normal?
advantage, because this is basically trying to remember something.
Alright, cool.
So you know that this particular mask that this elf is wearing denotes an exile from the forest. He has been banished. However, banishment does not specify why they were banished. This could mean anything from they were traitors to quite simply they did not want to return to the forest. So as far as any specific crime, you're unclear. But you know he is truly from the forest, but he was an exile of some sort.
Is it like,
But he definitely has plenty of hunting supplies to sell.
is this
Alright, I'm
something
gonna go up
like
to
they
him.
cannot remove? Like, period?
I'm gonna go up to him and tip my top hat to him, wish him a good day, and ask him if he would potentially have something that's stronger than the current whip I have or the current crossbow I have, and I'm gonna show off both.
He turns. Oh well, you see, as you just see him freeze, staring at you. Ah, ah, ah.
Thanks, Steve. Fine stuff.
And you notice he gets very tense and stands up very straight and almost
My character.
slowly starts to take steps back.
He sounded like church and stuff.
That's it. See. I'm gonna say in character, I don't know why he's freaking out. I'm just here to sample some of his wares and continue on my journey throughout the city.
You just shopping. That's all.
Yes, that's all I want. I wanted to get some upgrades to my current gear and then rejoin the rest of my friends so we can continue on with our mission at hand. Why? Is there something you need to know about? I mean, yes, you're clearly someone that's either escaped or left the forest I'm from, but why should I bother me? You're a merchant.
Oh, it's your family's reputation, sir.
Listen,
Yeah.
you're a business person. You're here to make money, you're here to make a hard living. Why should I care the fact that you may have left the forest or left the place where my family put its roots in under certain circumstances? You're here to make a coin, and I'm here because I need more supplies for the things that I wish to do. Who am I to judge?
He, you see him kind of process for just a moment. He kind of shakes himself out. Right here then. Um, Apologies. Uh, what was it I could do for you again?
Show my whip and show my crossbow, and ideally was looking to see if, because he's his fellow merchant that possibly works with hunting gear, if he would have anything that could either upgrade my current equipment that I could pay for, or any direct upgrades that I could get for my arsenal.
Hmm. Well, I mean, I could certainly polish up things here. Yeah, definitely get them cleaned up a bit. Although I do have a few upgraded tools of the trade if you're looking for them. Although they are quite costly, sir.
How about you tell me what you got, and I'll figure out whether or not it's in my budget. Personally, we've been dealing with one problem after another, and starting to realize that the current tools of my trade aren't exactly enough. So, from one hunter of sorts to another, I need a bit of oomph added to my arsenal so I can be not only good to survive on my own, but to survive with my new comrades.
Give me sure a moment.
While he's looking, I'm going to pour him a glass of wine and ask if he would like a glass when he's done searching.
Oh, um, absolutely, sir. Thank you. He takes the glass and you notice him kind of pull the mask up to drink from the glass.
Basically, I've been mourning the date of something very significant, and I've been drinking my sorrows away while looking through this beautiful and wonderful place. But considering you're one of my folk, or at least the closest thing to it, of course I'd share a drink with you.
Yeah, it is that time of year that about now, isn't it? Honestly, surprised
Exactly.
you wandering around out this far from the forest. I'd expect you.
Yeah, I've been on my own adventuring for a while with the courtesy of my fucking bodyguard. But we have a new mission, and we've been doing pretty well. Because of that, I've been sort of unable to remember what day is what, and today it finally hit me when we were above ground of what day it was.
Yes, it's quite a shame what happened to your family, you know. I know. Best not talk about it. So, found you.
Fine, it
Found you.
happens, but as for your wares, sir,
Yes, yes.
what do you have?
Well, something that's not too rich, but just rich enough for your cup, if you like. As he pulls out what appears to be a very intricate-looking hand crossbow with some druidic carvings and decorations into both the handle and the arms of it. He places it on the counter. This is just slightly better and just a hint of magic compared to your old trinket there. And it's just in luck. I've actually had this piece for quite a long time and would do for passing it on. And what do we say? It's a bit of a gift of charity for the day. I can let go of it for 100 gold pieces.
100 gold. That seems a little steep. Hmm. What exactly does it do that makes it unique to the current crossbow that I have? I mean, I can see that there's druidic runes in it, but what makes it unique to something that I do?
Oh, well, it's enchanted, so it has magical properties to it. Allows you to overcome a lot of the defenses of bigger creatures out there. definitely help in a pinch when you're fighting something big. What he is offering is a +1 hand crossbow.
That's not
Speaking of,
bad. That's
I
actually
feel,
fairly cheap.
I mean, to me, I don't really know because back in my day, we used to use silver pieces for all our transactions. But if y'all are thinking 100 gold pieces is reasonable,
I mean, uncommon items as this range from as low as 100 gold pieces to upwards of 600. So,
all right, fair enough. So worst case scenario, he's offering me something for a decent, low, realistic price. Okay.
mhm.
Uh-huh.
I mean, is it fair to ask him the details of what exactly makes it enchanted, other than being a +1, obviously, because that's metagaming, but like what makes it useful with its enchantments and the druidic ritual runes carved into
It'll
it?
hit more often and it'll do slightly more damage.
Mhm.
Hmm.
The enchantment makes it pierce through the magical defenses of some creatures, as well as the darts you
Oh yeah,
fire from this thing are
that's
just a bit more accurate.
that's also absolutely true. There's a bunch of creatures that have resistance or immunity to non-magical weapons that'll overcome those. So it is extremely useful.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think the only thing I would ask him is that I'd be willing to give him the gold if he could include some extra crossbow bolts to go with the crossbow, and then I'll just pass him the gold.
I think I can manage. As he digs through one of the barrels and finds a case of crossbow bolts, and it sets it there with the hand crossbow.
And you said 100 gold pieces? Fierce. I will pass him off the 100 gold pieces. And how many crossbow bolts was he able to scavenge up?
A case of 20 bolts.
All right, so I have 32 bolts. Sure, I'll pass him the gold. I will shake his hand in a very polite way and thank him for all his assistance, and just tell him to stay safe and stay vigilant in his endeavors to become a successful business person.
Oh yes, thank you very much. So, if you don't mind me asking, just before you head off, are you staying in the city long?
Should be
Uh,
staying for a little while. Why?
I just curiosity's sake.
You know
why?
Any
what? Is a question now that you're being so questionable towards me. You wouldn't happen to know any of our people needing of work or asking of things to be taken care of, would you?
Oh well, you know a lot. There's always something needing done. Always someone offering gold for something with times it
Do you
like.
know anyone? Do you know where I would need to go for said potential experience?
I don't think there's any one place. I mean, you'd know better than I would how to get in contact with some of the bucks around here.
Well, no, fair enough. It's just I figured from one force person to another, you might know something I don't. But listen, if you need something, if you require assistance of any kind or take care of any trouble, uh, you'll see me with a very colorful bunch later on, and just ask for the red-skinned person with the top hat. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to find me in a crowd of a million.
You ain't wrong about that, sir. And thank you for your kindness, sir, and you enjoy the rest of your evening.
And thank you for this lovely little beauty. You have a good rest of your day. I'm gonna sling back another drink, add that crossbow to my inventory, and wave him goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I guess at some point between the metagaming, Johnny, you'll just add the +1 crossbow to my inventory, or should I do it?
If you look in the compendium and just look up the hand crossbow, it should let you add one directly to your sheet.
All right, hand crossbow +1, right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, and
Crossbow bolt case.
Ooh. +7 in the attack stat. That's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll remember that. All right, that's dope. And then 32 bolts. I guess if it has anything of interest more so than what you with the either you or the merchant explained in terms of its enchantment, we'll get there when we get there. That's dope though. It's nice to have somebody that actually understands the necessity of having proper hunting gear. And he actually gave me crossbow bolts. Fuck yeah. What a nice guy.
You
I
know what?
hope
No.
nothing ominous comes from that.
You know what? No, I'm gonna stay quiet on this one.
I hope nothing horrible happens.
Listen, if anything ominous happens, worst case scenario, I'll fucking eat him and take my money back.
You find that he spent all of his money buying things to try and kill you with.
Or that, or he used the money to basically skip town after he tried to hire
That'd be
some
rude.
assassin.
I mean, all right. To be fair, he saw me clearly based on who my family is. He thought I was there to fuck him up or judge him. I was just there to. I was just there to contribute business. So I'm hoping that whatever he has in store that may involve me is a positive thing. Because I could have fucking killed him if it was a problem. I could have fucking stabbed him if it was an issue. I fucking gave him my hard-earned money because I believe in what he does for a living.
Yeah,
I
I'm
hope
not.
to God it doesn't bite me in the ass.
Well, you never know. Anyways, moving on.
Yes, indeed.
Yep.
So I know T10 wants to explore up the mountain. Do you guys want to go ahead and explore aimlessly with him? Or did you want to go on your own little adventures in town?
Sure, why not? My character's not really doing anything.
I'm
We're just waiting.
probably. I'm
I'm
debating.
down a weapon, but my character would explain. So guys, I traded in my weapon and I might need some gold to cover the cost.
What exactly did you do? I accidentally, as I bump into him while I'm drinking, I spent a decent amount of money on a very beautiful upgrade from someone that used to belong to my forest.
Okay, so
What
you know
exactly
the
happened and what do you need?
Okay, so you know the longsword I typically had?
Yes, I recall it. It's actually pretty useful. What happened?
Well, I traded it in since I can't use it very well.
Wait, is that a rapier that I sense?
I don't
He
have
does
it
not.
yet. I get it tomorrow afternoon.
No, I smell something. So you traded in your weapon because you don't really have the proper experience for a weapon that you probably have more experience or you're more proficient in. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, effectively.
Well, I only have 4 silver and 10 gold on me. What exactly kind of debt did you put
Can I
yourself
borrow
into?
the 10 gold, please?
No, you may not. Last time I gave you gold, you turned it into powder.
Listen, normally, T10, I would say sure, I'd help you out. But I need a contract because what I just got was much better than what I already
hopefully
had.
I can
The
convince.
issue is that it's kind of left me low on gold. I need you to do another contract
Well,
to
I'm going to
facilitate
put on my best businessman face tomorrow, so that's going to be something that I'm going to have to do. That, or worst case scenario, I cast a spell and he won't know it was me.
Are you sure you want to do it that way and you don't want to do it the honest way? I mean, I
I
just spent, like I
said
said,
worst case scenario. I'm trying to do it the honest way.
fair enough. As I chug another glass of wine.
Love the energy of it. Lorelei is sophisticated enough to take the bottle and then fill a glass and chug it instead of just drinking straight from the bottle.
Yeah, I have manners, bro. You don't just chug it. That's just rude. When in doubt, pinky out.
Wait, how long have you had that bottle?
Oh, I've had this lovely bottle for quite a while since we met. It's not exactly a normal bottle, as it seems to be much bigger on the inside than the outside, but anyway, this cup I have is actually more interesting. I crafted it with my relatives, and I can use it for wine or alcohol, and then fold it and put it in my bag.
I'm pretty sure that cup could be used for other things, but I digress.
Oh no, you're probably right, but today's the anniversary where my father went missing. Not dead, but missing. So, because I didn't have a concept of time until T10 decided to remind us, I realized what date it was, and I'm drinking my sorrows away
To be
to
fair, I
just.
did mention the time every half hour.
No, it's fine.
Oh yeah,
You've
by
done
the
a
way,
wonderful job,
that got on
T10.
that got
T10.
onto my nerves.
T10. If it wasn't for you, we'd actually might have lost our minds down there. You have been a lovely companion. I appreciate you so.
Hey, if
It's
you
not your
guys,
fault. You had nothing to do with my father disappearing. It's just unfortunately that while we're here on a mission, the date happened to fall on today. Don't worry. You've done a wonderful job.
well, at least you knew your dad.
Yeah, I know him for a while, and then he supposedly disappeared, and I never found out if he died or not. I don't know if he left us, abandoned us, was forced to leave, but
Okay,
Mr. Cabela,
Lorelai,
the fact that you
Lorelai,
don't know your father, I'm sorry.
imagine that, but for your entire life. Then you can complain.
I'm just gonna put my wine glass and wine bottle away. I'm gonna give him a polite and professional hug and just say I apologize that you've had to deal with such horrible, horrible upbringing.
As they mentioned father issues, I'm looking down and not at anybody.
What? The three of us here have father issues?
Right.
Don't worry about it.
But listen, despite the fact that we met by sheer coincidence, I'm happy to have known you, despite your interesting mindset, and you as well, T10, for your ability to stay very precise, very on point, and to the letter based on a situation.
Oh, that
You
reminds
guys
me,
have.
and I start walking up the mountain.
Yep. Should we? We should probably follow him so that he doesn't hurt himself.
Oh
Sure, no
god, I was
problem.
under the assumption you guys have been walking up the mountain this whole time.
Yeah, no, I honestly like to be honest, like in role playing, we'd probably be walking and it'd be at a slower pace, and then as we got to that point in conversation, he probably just picked up the pace. So of course, we would pick up the pace and walk with him because probably the rest of us are either with us or doing their own adventuring. We kind of should stick together. Place is huge,
Uh-huh.
like really.
So, since you mentioned it, uh, Lorelai, how was your upbringing?
Well, I grew up in the forest. My father and my mother were that of royalty, I suppose, and I was treated differently because of it, to the point where my good friend Kevin here wasn't originally my friend. He was hired to be my bodyguard, because God forbid I leave the force and do anything on my own of any interest. Long story short, my dad was there for me when I needed him to be, but at the same time, there were a lot of times where I needed a father and not a mentor or trainer, so to speak. He taught me how to be strong and survive, but he wasn't so open minded to being heartfelt and emotional. And that's funny because my father's human. It's my mother that was a demon.
That sounds interesting. The only one I really knew was my mom, and she passed away a long time ago. I was like
I'm
maybe
sorry that happened.
5 years old, somewhere around there, when she
Ah, you poor
passed.
baby, you were a child. That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Well,
was dropped off at the orphanage since I had no other family living relatives, and well, long story short, I had it pretty rough actually. But I got over it,
listen,
and I
you
found
share
my
some memories with her, and that's important.
yep.
I'm sorry that it wasn't as much as you wanted, but
That and she's
Times like
always
this,
that and
you
I
gotta.
always carry her with
I
me.
am actively ignoring this conversation to the best of my ability.
That and I'm always carrying her as I pull out my necklace. I always carry her around.
Drunk thumbs up and appreciation of the fact that he has a good memory, and I'm gonna reveal the the locket that I have that has a picture of my parents that was given to me by my parents to show that though they're not a part of our lives anymore, the impact they had in our lives will always be with us as long as we choose to deem it important.
Hmm. As Alex Campbell kind of stuffs it back where he had it originally.
As for T10, I'm gonna catch up to him and just politely tell him, I'm sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable. I was
Um,
only just sharing good conversation. And wherever you need to go shopping wise, we're here to enjoy the travels with you.
T10, why are we heading up the mountain?
No problem. Um, I have an idea. Uh, we'll see how it works out.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about it
I'm
before we get
walking.
there?
No.
So I'll take
Sheila.
that as a no then, T10.
Bye, Sheila.
All right. So after maybe to reach the top of the mountain, it takes a solid hour of walking at a good pace to get all the way up there. And
Hmm.
as you do, I mean, the first thing of note is the size of the building just towers up into the sky. This large sort of landing platform with these walls built up around it to sort of hide where the various dragons are coming in and landing.
So T10, are we coming up here? Did you just want the
Business
dragon
venture.
sightsee? Is that what it?
Business venture.
You want to make a business venture with one of the biggest trading companies in the world?
Of sorts. We'll see if it works out properly.
I don't know if you're insane, and that's troubling.
But there is a large staircase
I
that
don't know.
leads up to what you could assume being a front door, a
Um,
large set of double doors, fancy stone with a pair of guards standing on either side. One of them, what appears to be a human guard in large full plate armor, and a warforged guard that is very upgraded.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I have a business venture. I would like to take up with someone here.
The massive warforged, you see its eyes just stare daggers into you without any emotion on its face whatsoever. It just does not take its eyes off you as the man in
I'm
plate armor just sort of glances over. What kind of business venture are we talking about?
well. I'd like to give the bulk of my idea to someone who could actually make it happen. But the general idea is uh, I used to work. Wow. How do I forget things right as I'm about to say them?
Is that your character?
No, that's not my character. Uh, uh,
I kind of like.
other. I had it just a minute ago. The other trading company,
Mm-hmm. Valkeen.
Dolkeen.
Mhm.
I used to work as a caravan driver for the Dolkeen Trading Company, and I'm sure you have a general idea of how they trade their goods. Um, but they mistreated me to a degree, and I have a map of all of their underground routes that I'd like to sell to you.
Mm. Now, I would like to make a note here. The map you have is not all of the routes; it is one specific route.
One
So, are
of
you
their underground routes.
okay? I wanted to make sure if you're trying to lie or not.
No, that idea. That lie is too easily falsifiable.
Mhm.
The lie I am telling is that I used to work for them.
Oh,
The guard will look you up and down, mm, looks over your friends. Mm. You can go ahead and talk to the secretary. If she likes what you have to say, she might be able to get you set up with the proper people. If she doesn't, then you be on your way. Are we clear?
Fair enough.
All right. He goes ahead and opens the door for you as the Warforged sort of springs to life as it opens the other door and walks in ahead of you guys
I'm
and
going
sort of holds
to
the door.
enhance ability charisma.
All
Wait, we're all being allowed in?
What?
right. I would say it's a fairly small room that you're being escorted into.
No, no,
So
no, no,
it's
no.
the
I was
three of
asking
you.
the full. I'm asking the party that's here is let in, just like that.
You can stay outside if you'd like. I'd like to make this meeting mostly myself.
I mean, I don't mind. I guess. Um, I'm gonna whisper to T10. What exactly did you say? I was kind of
What?
distracted by something.
I very much said everything out loud clearly. I'm trying to sell them something, and I'll walk in.
Uh huh. And what makes you think that they would be interested of a?
I'm
un-
inside the building.
If you guys want to follow him in, you can.
I
Or if you want to wait
guess.
outside.
If the guard allows us to go in, we'll go in. If not, we'll just wait out here.
Yeah. It's a small room, and he's only going to let, like, you two, not the whole party. But the three of you are allowed to enter into the small little waiting area where there is a young woman of sorts sat behind a desk.
I am hiding a little behind Lorelei to some degree.
Uh, and I will make a note, the heavily upgraded Warforge closes the door behind you guys and stands in the room with you, keeping
I
both of its eyes just locked on the group.
Yep.
Uh,
I start to sweat bullets.
good afternoon, madam. I have a proposal for your bosses.
All right. What kind of proposal are we talking about?
So I used to work for the Dolkeens. And let's just say that they did screw me over a bit. I don't get along well with the mayor over there any longer. Um, and before I left, I did manage to copy down the route between here and Meltramo as a underground route. I have the entire thing mapped out, and I was hoping I could sell it to you.
Well, I could certainly make a note of it. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
You may.
She, you see her sort of shuffle for a notepad, and she takes a little inkwell and starts scribbling some stuff down. All right. What would be your full legal name?
Uh, uh, T-10.
You see her give kind of a quizzical look for a brief moment.
Um,
You're a very strange looking warforged, I ought to say, or
uh,
forgeman, forgetting my own lore.
I suppose.
um, we mostly call him
Um,
TN. Sorry for intruding, as I kind of mousefully say that out loud.
all right, so T10 or TN, that will work. And you said you worked for the Dolphin Company?
Yes, I was a caravan driver.
All right. Roundabouts, how long was that?
How long ago, or how long did I work for them?
How long did you work for them?
I only managed about 2.5 years with them.
Okay, and during that whole time, you were a driver transporting goods.
Yes, I have a general idea of some of the other routes, but I didn't think to copy down the maps, so I couldn't guarantee their safety. But this
Hmm.
one I'm certain of because I copied it down with the original copy in my possession.
Okay. Okay. And you said this was the map you have in particular leads from the city of Petramo to whereabouts was it?
Meltrimo.
Uh, about the outskirts of Proes.
The map you have would lead from Petramo to basically just outside of Prose.
Yeah, that.
Oh, sorry, I was confusing Petramo and Meltrimo.
That's okay.
I'll tell her then. I'm not trying to lie about where the map leads.
I figured. It's fine. I get it. Lots of random names. Anyway. All right. All right. Hmm. And is this map all you had to offer, or
I mean, I could try and give more information if you wanted to risk it, but it's the only real route I'm certain of.
well, I can tell you this: with that little bit of experience you had, plus that little map you have there, might be worth something to someone if you can try to copy down some of the other routes, maybe.
Certainly, I can give it a shot. I'll come back with that, but I do have the map today, so I'd like to make that part of the agreement.
Okay. Well, I can make a little note. I got note of the map you have, your experience, your name. Uh, You may have knowledge on some of the other routes. Is there a particular way or easy way of tracking you down or sending you a message?
I plan to stay in the city for a while. My appearance gives me away quite well. I do not know where I will be staying yet exactly. I could come back and give that information once I have that figured out.
Uh, all right.
No.
No, no. I think what I got here should be good enough, just in case. You said you still be within the city for next, 24 hours, 48 hours or so.
At the very least. Probably longer.
Okay, okay. Well,
Um.
I will make a note of this. I will
Also,
send it up to the right people.
we we might be picking
Shh.
up a few.
No, shut up.
Right. Sorry.
No. Uh-uh. No. Shh.
Um, okay. Well, as I was saying, I'll deliver this
Those
note
no's weren't
to.
in character.
But yeah, I was talking in character, T10.
We don't need to say anything more, please. Out of character, please.
Yeah, my character managed to stop
This is
himself.
why I wanted to go alone.
My character managed to stop himself, so he's not gonna say anything else.
So the secretary will continue. I'll make sure this goes to a few of the upper class, upper echelon. I can't make any promises they'll get in touch with you, but they might have some interest. So if they are at all interested in what you have to say and what you have to sell, they'll get in contact with you within the next 48 hours. All right?
All right, certainly. Should I keep the map on me for now then?
Well, I mean, you can hand it over if you want to. I just can't offer you any sort of gold for it right now.
Seems fair. Fair enough. Well, then I hope to be hearing from you soon. I'll be on my way then.
All right. As you go and turn, the Warforge looks to the door and opens it up for you guys.
Yep.
Well,
I
hello.
quickly walk out of the building.
Once we're a good distance away, what did you want to say exactly?
I was just gonna say that we were going to do a few jobs in town. That's it.
No, we don't want to mix that up with our.
I managed to catch myself. I managed to catch it. So I'm
Look,
getting slightly better. It's not great.
look, we were requested to stay as far away from the brother and watch what he's doing as possible. I think we should keep
Yeah.
our interactions with the trading company to a minimum. We just
And
had some quick ways to make a little bit more money, and I thought it worthwhile.
do you hear yourself right now?
What?
You said. Never mind.
I see nothing wrong with my statements.
Hey, Kevin's here.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I do want to
man.
do something.
Yeah, over an hour and 30 minutes late.
I know, better late than never.
Happens.
It happens, I know.
Well, maybe Kevin is here.
Kevin, be aware, both in game and out of game.
By the way, that bottle had 10 ounces of vodka in it, so.
So maybe the streamer idea is coming from the vodka.
That's like 7 or
No.
8 shots. No, I had this idea before the
Listen,
session.
Eternity, I had half a bottle of like 40% whiskey earlier, and then the Four Locos. Don't worry, I ate in between, but like, I get it. That actually sounds delicious, peach flavored vodka. I wish I could get that around me without it being costing an arm and a leg.
Do you know how you make a good fruity vodka without having to buy anything specific?
Wow, how?
buy your favorite type of fruit snacks, then you buy a bottle of
Oh
vodka,
yeah.
normal clear vodka, and you leave them to sit in the vodka for a good while until the vodka
Until
takes all the color out of them. Then you strain
Mhm.
them out, and you got whatever fruit snacks you had flavored vodka.
Oh yeah, I've done
Yeah,
that
I
with
should.
gummy bears.
I should
Gummy
try
bears
that.
work. Any
I did
candy
that
works really.
once. There was a fruit punch bowl I went to. We went to a party, and I was like, "Oh, it's a bunch of gummy candy." And next thing I know, I'm drinking the punch, and a couple of shots later, I was like, "Bro, I can't see my face. I can't see my feet. Why does
Bro,
my
I
head
can't
feel
see
like
my
Channel
face.
Three
Do you
on
normally
static?"
see your face?
Bro, with enough cocaine and marijuana, anything is possible.
True.
Oh.
Alright. Then, unless anyone wanted to visit somewhere or do anything this evening,
Yeah, I would like to know what has happened in my absence.
Basically, we
Just
went shopping.
yep,
What?
let me explain. Shopping. Everyone has been exploring the marketplace, either buying up new weapons, new items, trading, selling, all that sort of stuff. So, if Kevin was in the market for anything in particular, now is certainly the time to try and buy.
Shit, I probably had some, but I don't remember. I'm too focused on the fact that my roll 20 is in like night mode for some. It's bothering me.
I'm I'm going to think strongly on the Underdark and try and make up some extra maps.
So you're going to give
You,
them fake maps.
They're very real maps, I promise.
I mean, you could try to tap into some history rolls.
That's what I was asking.
Although I would recommend doing that once you guys get to back to your domicile.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not doing that in the middle of the street.
Yeah,
That would
'cause
just be weird, man.
suddenly T10 is basically back in cave Vietnam.
Hey, Vietnam.
Did that rock just talk?
Oh
Alright.
God, they're in the rocks.
God,
Any
it's Dwayne Johnson.
That cave entrance is speaking Vietnamese. Run!
What the fuck are we even doing?
I don't know. Alright, Kevin. If you can't think of anything you want to go shopping for now, you guys are hanging out in the town for a little while, so there's no rush. You can end up going shopping the next day or whatever.
Right. How much money do I have?
I'll tell you that.
Let me check.
Spent 100
Shit, I
gold
don't
on a
think
new
I got enough.
crossbow.
What the fuck's going on? Why is half this shit white and half of it black?
Magic.
Why are my words in white and highlighted in black?
I don't know what you
Why
did.
are the colors inverted?
Sounds like you just decided to get drunk or high and then say, "Ah, fuck it, I'm gonna play D&D." And if that's the case, you're in the same boat as me. Woohoo!
I
Am
didn't.
I the?
I just opened up my
Is
computer.
me and Rue the only ones that are technically sober?
I'm
Technically,
sober.
Probably.
I
Being
can't
sober is
get
overrated, bro.
alcohol.
you can't get
I
Being
just
alcohol
so-
got back
legally.
from work.
You can't get
Bro.
alcohol legally. That doesn't mean you
Kevin,
can't get alcohol.
I mean, I
Wait,
can get it.
Kevin, you're not 21? The
I'm
fuck?
19.
Oh shit, you come across as like 21, 22. Fair enough. I have
I get that a
whiskey
lot.
and I have Four Locos, so I've been drinking
I get that
since
said to my face, actually.
I've been drinking since like 4 p.m. like yesterday. So
All right, let's get back to things. Kevin,
Yeah.
you wanna go ahead and hold off some shopping till another day, or till later, I should say.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't exactly get another 7 gold in like the span of now, can I?
Unlikely. You could try selling things if you wanted to, but you'd have
What
to
the
find
fuck am
someone
I
to
gonna
buy stuff.
sell? My shovel?
But you don't know. It's a
A
mining
Like
map
this,
town.
of the underground.
like this shovel, this shit'll fucking.
This'll
You can go
fucking
to
dig you a
China.
hole.
Did I scare people out of their money? Did I just scam people?
I mean, if you can
You
get away with it, bro. Sure.
you could certainly try if you want to, but
I don't
your
recommend
decision.
it, but it can happen.
Let me think of
Did
something real quick.
did my
Oh
did my
no.
map literally only show the one route, or does it have unexplained areas where it uh routes off?
I mean, the map does detail where certain parts of the cave break off, but only to the extent of don't go this way and then it stops.
Hmm.
Oh gosh. Dun, 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 dun.
Hey,
Because
I use Skywrite. Does it have to be specifically words? Like English?
I
Like
don't think it
common?
I don't
Could
think it
I like
specifically
use
has to be
different
common.
hieroglyphics?
I think as long as it's a language you can understand, you absolutely could.
What about Druidic?
What what are you writing in the sky?
In Druidic.
See if I can startle people using Skywrite.
Uh,
Maybe like trick them into giving me their money.
if if they knew how
I
to speak Druidic,
Are you gonna try and start a cult?
Yes, does the druid speak Druidic?
no, I'm not saying you speaking Druidic.
Yes, the
Most
floor
people.
is
Oh,
also
no,
made
then
of
that's the
floor.
point. They're not supposed to understand it.
Then how the fuck are you gonna expect a bunch of random people?
I'm,
Well, I
I'm,
think that's
I'm.
the point. The only problem is that it's Skywrite is not a crazy high level spell, so it's very possible there's enough people that know, hey, that's a spell that you're not gonna get away with it.
Magic is decently common in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
that's
it,
true.
if magic was a little bit rarer, then yeah, sure, absolutely, go for it.
It,
I mean, I'm not saying you can't try to do it. I'm just saying you're probably not gonna get away with it.
Unless
And
you have
things
one.
may go
Especially
can I
very,
do
very
something
poorly for
similar?
you.
But instead of can I just use feign death? And be like, fuck, just give me just a little bit of money for the funeral.
That's
Give
not
me
how
a little bit of
chain.
money before I die.
That's not how
Just
chain
Just a
death
little to pay
works.
for the funeral, so it's not so hard on the family.
That's not
and
how
then
that spell.
I mean,
It has a duration of 1 hour.
but that's the thing. You're just gonna basically die in front of people. They're not gonna start throwing money on you.
In
If
fact,
anything, they're gonna
they would
take you
call
to the graveyard.
they
It's
would
like,
call
well,
the
he's kind of dead.
coroner. They pick up the dead. Ring out your dead.
Yes, Monty Python reference. I love it.
That's not a my Python reference. That's a thing that actually happened.
I mean, it's also from Monty Python. I apologize.
Don't get me wrong, I love that film, but still.
Yeah, it's one of the best 70s films I've ever seen.
I don't even want the money. I think I just want to scare the shit out of someone.
Then just roll freaking
Apparently.
intimidation.
No, because I want to do it in like a way it's like, what the but not like scare them, more like, what the fuck just happened?
Then
No,
just
here's
be
what you do.
you.
You run up to a group of kids and you go, "Hey, kids, want to see a dead body?" And then you die.
You could also cast it on any other willing creature.
Oh God!
Probably.
Hey, kids, want to see a dead
Great,
body?
but then I
Make it
remembered
stop.
I have access to the meld into stone spell, and it'd be like I'd be like walking and then just slip into the ground, kind of thing, just in a crowded area, just boop.
Sounds like you're
Oh, yeah.
just trying to add more horror stories to the town.
Yeah. The last thing they did is basically abandoning this entire city because some guy from the forest
Oh, that'd be
decided to
hilarious.
play
I
a
see
few
no way
breaks.
in which
This could
this goes
last
well for you.
8 hours. Meld
This
into
city
stone, which
has
would
like
probably work better.
this city has like a population of 1,000. There's no way he's gonna scare everyone away.
He tries
I could
really,
scare a lot
really
of people.
hard.
So I'm just
What if
gonna
he
just
what
go
if
into
he
a
says
crowded area,
"rar"? Have you
like
thought of that,
oh,
Johnny?
and then like hello, how are you doing, and mates, and just go bloop into the ground with meld into stone.
All right. Well, Kevin, while you consider other ways to
How does this
create
make you?
new ghost stories, he's already said it. At this point, he's not even worried about the money. He just wants to scare the shit out of people. I mean, hey, if you want advice on scaring people, you literally have a cleric to the god of trickery back at your, we'll call it house.
It's not really a house, more like
Yeah,
our temporary stay.
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Fuck am I in this scroll thing? Okay, I'm just going to do that. Like I'm gonna make like hello, how are you people doing? Smiths and flopping. Would that be intimidation?
I think it
Would
would
I
I,
be more
fail?
performance.
Would it be
I,
performance?
well, it depends on your intention. If you're trying to like make people scared and run away, then it'd be intimidation.
Well,
Eh,
I was thinking more like they don't know what the fuck is happening kind of scare.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm friendly and just shit just happens out of nowhere. It's
I
like,
would
that's
argue that
life.
it would be intimidation, personally speaking.
I
Because, like,
will
I'm more of
briefly
acting.
mention. I will
Like,
briefly
I'm
mention
coming off
that
as a
meld.
friendly person, and
I
then I
will
just
briefly mention that meld
walk
into
into the
stone has
ground.
both verbal and somatic components.
Oh, it
Mm-hmm.
does.
Yeah, so. And you don't
Yeah.
have a
So
way
it's
to
not like you
subcast
can
it.
just go from having a conversation to doing it. You have to say something.
Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
have to say basically, effectively, a magic word and a.
Well, there goes the only good thing about that spell.
Mm-hmm. Now,
I
see
mean,
where
it's
the
great for hiding from an enemy.
Yeah, but if they find you, you're kind of fucked. You'll
How
take
are
a
they
lot
gonna
of
find
damage if
you?
they destroy the area you're in.
As
And you
long as
can't
you,
move.
as long as you don't do it within their line of sight, you're entirely hidden.
so here's what I can tell you, Kevin. These ideas would work really well on a small group of people that is not entirely aware of how magic works. You know, a very small town, maybe even a single family. You know, you can convince them you're doing some crazy weird shit, but in the case of like just out in public, they're gonna look at you like you're just some weirdo. They're not gonna be like, "Oh, the man that falls into walls."
Or just some idiot
Yeah.
jester that has nothing better else to do.
Mhm.
I don't.
You're basically gonna look like a fucking TikToker that's doing some stupid thing, like jumping into the local fountain for no good reason.
Jake Paul.
Yeah, but without any of the money.
What do each stand for? What does S stand for?
S
Somatic.
is
It means you
yeah,
gotta move your hands around.
hmm
Mm.
yeah. V verbal, S somatic, and material. All right, let's go ahead and move on a bit here. You guys will head back to the water wheel for the evening.
Mm-hmm.
where in which you've got you would find the professor is unloading some of the stuff from his cart, bizarrely, with the help of the animated armor.
Huh.
Huh.
Well,
Hmm.
not part of my current objective, so I walk past it and into the building.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really
Uh,
care too much.
I'm going to look for the vampire.
Just imagine I didn't do anything. I
Almost.
just stayed in the building. Since I didn't
The
Man, if
actually
only I
do
was still
anything.
playing. If only I was still playing Quinn Morris, I could kill the vampire real quick.
Exactly.
the young vampire girl is just sitting on the staircase, keeping a watchful gaze over the professor as he kind of brings some stuff into the lower areas.
I
Not
walk.
not really
No, go
more
ahead.
with intrigue than anything. Not like worried or threatened.
I walk up directly in front of her.
Mhm.
Do you happen to know anything about the Underdark?
She gives you a quizzical look. I'm not sure what you're referring to now.
The various caverns under the ground where things live sometimes. I assumed you might because it seems like a fairly familiar territory for some of the mother's children.
Well, some of the mother's children might crawl around in the dark, but other ones are just as likely to scurry around on the surface. Just isn't my expertise, unfortunately.
Fair enough. I walk inside.
Where
Well, no,
I've just been
you,
cleaning, I
I
guess.
walk further inside.
you mean upstairs?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a reason you're going into the spider nest?
I walk up into the spider nest.
All right.
And then once I'm upstairs, I sit down and
It's
I briefly look through the mother's scriptures for anything about the Underdark.
it's T10. Don't mind him. He's a bit of an odd case.
I noticed that a long time ago. It's not all that surprising anymore.
Yeah. At first, I thought it might have been because of a glitch, but no, that's how he is. I think.
Well, nevertheless, did you boys enjoy your trip around the town?
Oh, remember, someone asked her name. I'm preoccupied, but someone do it.
Up for
What is your name?
that was like the absolute
You're
worst.
just whispering sound like, what is your name? He doesn't know.
Honestly, I think she starts laughing as well. It's just most blunt of questions.
Sometimes it's better to get it over with. It's straight to the point. Don't hide behind the bush. Get
You
out of the
mean don't
closet.
beat around the bush?
What?
Don't beat around the bush.
Why are you
Whatever the
hiding in
fuck
the
it's
bush there, Peter?
whatever the fuck the saying is.
Beating around the bush.
Nah, he's hiding in it, dude.
All right.
Are you?
So she will laugh a little bit at the bluntness of the question. Well, I suppose it was inevitable you would ask. My name is Bernadette.
Bernadette?
Yes, is there something wrong with that?
Um, may I roll history to see if that name is familiar at all, or no?
I mean, you can, but
Rue, brief DMing tip. If a natural 20 wouldn't give you the answer you wanted, don't bother making someone roll.
How does a 20
Yeah,
do?
I
Is that a
mean,
nat 20?
they,
No, soft 20.
Okay.
it's not particularly notable. It's just a name.
Alright, I just
Maybe
thought.
there's some historical figure, but it's certainly not her.
Okay. I just wanted to see if she was anyone that would have been historical.
No, nothing of importance.
Alright. Uh, maybe I'm just thinking of that childhood book again.
Hmm.
The History of the Dragon Slayers and Their Tales. Love that book.
Shut up.
I'm not quite sure I caught all of your names.
Oh, uh, yeah, sorry. I tend to be a little bit nervous around, ladies.
I can tell.
To put it mildly.
Oh
I can
god.
hear your heartbeat from here, darling.
Yep. As I, say, Alex Cabela as my.
I call him Bell because we have two Alexes.
You know, at this point, I
Um,
might as well have a nickname.
and you two forest dwellers?
I'm Kevin.
My name is Lorelei Ladar. Don't mind me, I'm just enjoying the wonderful atmosphere of this lovely place.
Ah, yes, I do try to keep it, that lovely haunted abandoned building.
I
Well,
mean,
as
not
someone who
that
was raised in a
hard.
Yes,
forest, as
lovely
someone who was raised
abandoned.
in a forest, this
Sure.
looks quite
I
wonderful.
say as I wipe down the counters and just fix the place up.
The counters?
I
Kevin!
wipe things down. I'm cleaning the walls.
And Kevin's an awesome person. I never said he was a smart person.
Why clued you in for
I'm
that?
just this place is going from abandoned to like, hey, yeah, it's pretty clean.
I mean, yeah, he did spend the entire end of last session cleaning.
Yeah. Hey,
I mean, if you insist on cleaning the place, you may as well get a bit of help, as you hear her speak a strange, sort of long and hissing language, as all of a sudden the animated suits of armor spring into action and start collecting brooms and dustpans from behind cobwebs and begin helping Kevin clean.
Bro, you stole that from Anastasia. Don't bullshit.
Oh
that's
god,
from
I haven't seen
fucking
that film in a
Disney.
while.
Is what?
Anastasia, it's a
Blood
really awesome
Archer.
Disney film.
Oh,
What?
Quick DMing tip. DMs steal stuff from every form of media.
everything is derivative. Okay.
Well, I'm aware. It's just when I'm drunk, I just don't give as much of a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Off.
To be
My
fair, she did
face,
speak some magical incantations. It was just a different language.
yeah, my face feels numb. Feels like Channel 3 before you plug in the PS4.
Wow.
I mean, to be fair, it's cold as shit by me.
Mhm.
I mean, sure, I had to wear a jacket and a coat walking home.
Bro, it's like 15 degrees by me. Fuck that.
Fucking
Go
cold
ahead,
is
DM. What next are we doing in this lovely place?
Well, I mean, unless there was any other conversation you wanted to have with Bernadette, I assume you guys would want to take a nice rest for the evening.
Probably my drunk ass would probably try to assist in cleaning just to show hospitality, and then probably pass out in the corner with my top hat over my face.
Um, after looking through the Dragon Slayer history book for any mentions of the Underdark,
I mean, the holy scriptures you read before would not have mentioned it. Outside of maybe like a passing mention that some of the monsters crawl in the dark, but
Wait,
not
wait,
anything.
wait a fucking minute. Dragon Slayers. I remember that good old tale. My father inherited the green armor. I'm just gonna pass out as I hiccup.
I entirely missed the comment as I'm busy reading.
Mm-hmm. But
Probably gonna
even
go
in
back to bite you
the
in the ass.
even in
I
the
just all this already, so I just don't pay a mind to it.
the Dragon Slayer book does
Finally
not make
fixed
any
it.
mention of the Underdark.
Okay, fair enough.
Well,
um,
it's probably under the city.
Kevin, you wouldn't mind helping me out briefly?
Sure. What you need? What you
Yo,
want?
T10.
Just
You're
someone to keep watch as I attempt a few things that I've never really attempted before.
T10, if you wanted to know about the Dragon Slayers, you should ask me.
I think he just
That's not
likes.
my
I don't think
current
that's.
area of study, but I will come back to that.
I think he's just.
Okay.
I think he just likes reading.
I mean, fair enough. Reading is something I enjoy very much. I'm just saying, if you want to find out probably the last user of the Green Dragon Slayer armor, come to good old Tiefling Lorelei. I will give you all the info you need to know.
Yeah, because you.
Very
I
good.
think. Didn't you mention that your dad was the
I would
Green Dragon Slayer or whatever? A few
Yep,
times.
my dad traveled with people very similar in color to y'all that inherited the armor from another forest dweller and used it to try to push back the prowess of the dragon gods, and it was terrifying. And then the armor one day disappeared, but he used it to save and recreate life as we know it in my forest, and try to bring peace and prosperity to the land.
interesting. I'll continue that course of questioning later. I walk over to Ingrid's bag and I get out the syringe.
Dexter.
Then I go over to Kevin. Yesterday, or I suppose this morning, you had some questions about my past. I'm not comfortable bringing it up, of course, but I am interested to try some things. If you could keep watch, I want to attempt something.
Okay.
All right. Step one, I'm going to try and activate a vision about the Underdark.
So that'll be a history check.
Oh boy. 20 or 1. 20 or 1. Nope. Well, good to know I don't really have control over that. Oh, this one's worse. Okay, I'm going to try and use the syringe.
We cast detect thoughts.
Surface thoughts. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Just was like, I think I need a measure of what the fuck he thinking.
Uh, did you guys ever use identify on the syringe?
I think I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, we did.
All right. Then you know you have to stab it into basically any part of your arm, and the syringe will do the rest of the work.
Uh,
Yep.
Dexter.
Hmm.
Alright.
Wisdom
Do you
save,
need help?
correct?
Do you need
It will
help?
be
I
a wisdom
I
saving throw to even manage to do it. So go ahead and give that save.
I
I'm
can give
going
help
that
action. I
doesn't
to.
have a +6 to medicine.
doesn't sound like a good idea, but all right.
You want me to do it? So you don't
I think
kill
the
yourself?
entire. I think the entire point is that I managed to do it myself. It won't be useful in combat unless I can. Oh dear. Unless I can manage to do it. I'm going to cast Enhance Ability Owl's Wisdom, so I have advantage on this check.
Can I give him the help action?
Well, does it count? Does it count on saving throws or only ability checks?
I think it only.
Any check. It says Wisdom checks.
Yeah, let me
On
read.
Wisdom checks, not ability checks, just checks. It's the very bottom one.
Advantage on wisdom checks. Alright, I'll allow it for saving throws.
Okay. Does an 11 pass? I forget.
You can manage to just barely poke it against your skin and just immediately, nope, 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 can't do it, can't do it.
I'm going to
Uh,
use Lucky.
Alright, let's see what
I'm
that lucky
half
roll gets you.
tempted to give you a bardic inspiration.
Go for it now before I roll, or otherwise I can't use it.
Um, I'm not certain if I should do this or not, but I best of luck,
I roll medicine
T10, as I
to
give
see
you
if I can just
bardic
help him in any way.
inspiration. Even with bardic inspiration, that's a fail.
Can I help him with
Oh no,
a
lucky,
medicine roll?
no. Lucky
No.
does let him choose either the first or second roll.
I'll take the 11 and I'll roll the d8.
Mhm.
12. Damn.
Yeah, with a 12,
I
it's
don't
no,
think I can help you
Ah, that's a
in
good
this
thing.
scenario.
Well, there's nothing else I can really do, so.
Mhm. Yeah, you were too scared, couldn't manage it.
Oh, well, I can't quite do that yet. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but whew. We will try this again later.
I just rub your back. It's like,
Thank you. And I'll turn in for the night, trying to think of ideas for made up sections of the Underdark.
I am
Alrighty
going
then.
to go check on Lorelai and see if he's barfed all over the floor that I just cleaned.
I'm fine, buddy. I'm just enjoying the beautiful, comfortable floor. This is a comfortable floor. More comfortable than most beds I've been in.
He's just having a
Spell an
lovely
active
drunken pass
slumber.
out.
Nice.
Well, no comment.
I'm just gonna put a blanket on the floor, flip him onto the blanket, kind of roll him up, and then place a pillow underneath his head so he doesn't freeze overnight.
That's why
I'll,
you're a G. That's why you're an awesome person.
I'll roll out my bedroll.
He's like, I can't pick him up.
I
have
go
8
I go to
strength.
sleep upstairs near the spiders.
Um,
I mean, the spiders are on the ceiling.
Yep.
You
they're
know
right
I'm
there
you
to
know I'm
keep them.
fucked up because my tail is out of my trousers and all twitchy. I'm like, yep, I'm having a good time.
You're just like, ooh, what is this little funky thing? Ooh, I can move it.
I'm
okay, he's not
gonna
that
wake up.
drunk. I don't think.
I'm gonna wake up out of my drunk stupor and I'm gonna bite my tail.
No. You
And
get
then
a.
realize that that's my tail.
Can I
Oh,
cure
look,
your
a giant piece of
drunkenness
chicken.
with a healing spell? Furious.
Fuck off, Mister Not Even Horny.
Just give him coffee, I'll sober him up.
In life, I'd probably punch you because I can't stand the taste of most coffee. But in D&D, I probably enjoy the taste of coffee.
I mean, I don't know why I can't get into into like fucking Starbucks, but I'll drink like some
That
regular
shit
ass
ain't coffee. That shit is
with,
just pretend
with
coffee
just
plus a bunch of sugar. That's diabetes in a cup, bro.
like I put I mean like I won't do much to it. I won't put like creamer. I might put in like a little bit of milk or sugar
Nah,
and like
like you're
add some
better just
honey.
making some tea, bro. You're better just making some tea,
I mean
nice
I
and
have
hot. You'd be fine.
tea, but like I don't drink tea for I drink tea for the taste. I drink coffee for the caffeination to wake
No,
up
I
Uh,
understand.
and be
Go
productive.
ahead, DM. What is next, sir?
All right, so we're all taking our long rest.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
yeah.
After I bit my
Before I
tail
go
and
to
fell back
bed,
asleep,
I'm just gonna look up at the stars. Be like,
We're in a
hmm,
building.
I win. Yeah, I'm gonna look out the window.
I'm like, I'm drunk. I don't know what you are, but you're higher as a kite. I'm gonna put my top hat
I'm
over
gonna
my
look out
head
the
and just pass
window
out.
at the sky and be like, I hope my family is okay. I haven't seen them in a while.
You all wake up in the morning with holes in your neck. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Kidding.
Oh no,
That'd be fucked.
All
my
right, you
almost
all
full elf is a vampire now.
you guys all wake up in the morning feeling nice and refreshed. For the most part, there is no sign of Bernadette. Not all that shocking.
I mean, she's probably upstairs.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna make
Where's the
breakfast for
professor?
everyone.
The
I,
professor hung out downstairs with you guys. He had made a nice little cot for himself on the floor.
I'm just gonna make the vampire just like sausage and bacon with
I,
like, but like I'm gonna put on actual like just a little bit of blood on it, so it's like yay blood.
I mean, you can
Wait,
certainly
Like it's
try, but you
edible for a
can't find
vampire.
her.
he's a vampire? Damn, I've known some vampires. They're
I'll
fucking awesome
ask
people.
Buddha for help if he's awake.
um,
I'll
well,
ask the chef for help.
I never could. I never been in company with a vampire, so this is a new experience.
It's like let's challenge ourselves to make food for a vampire.
Still drunk. And I'll be like, wait a
Kevin,
minute. She was a vampire? That's crazy. I've known some awesome ass vampires.
Lorelai, you're
I
hungover.
believe that.
Oh no, I'm still drunk. If you were to cut me open, you'd see booze. But Bernadette was a vampire. I'm surprised I didn't realize that.
She
That's
said
awesome.
it herself.
I know, but I drank a lot of this wine as I pull out my bottle. This stuff is pretty powerful. It's meant to get even giants drunk. But
I'm not just gonna slide you a coffee. So when you say
How many of
drink,
those have you
Ooh,
drunk?
coffee. That's fantastic.
How many
Delicious.
glasses of wine have you had?
In the last 24 hours, probably half the bottle. So that's probably more than most humans. And I'm not human. I'm only half human. So with that in mind,
you
I
wolf
probably had
rat.
enough to get a human drunk twice over.
You well, I'm not a
Strange logic.
full expert on alcohol, but I tend to stay away with it. I'm a bit of a teetotaler.
So
I
would you
don't
say
blame you. Alcohol is
amazing
not for
drunk?
everyone.
Don't get me wrong, I could draw a few, but me drunk is never a good idea. Trust me.
No, Kevin, sorry, Alex, excuse me.
You're forgiven.
If you're not one to drink, that's fine. Not everyone is meant to consume the loveliness that is the nectar of the gods. If you are not a fan, it's you are not a fan. Ooh, coffee.
Like I said, I don't drink often.
So would
When I do,
Steve
it's
hand
usually for
him
like special
coffee and Dave's
occasions
covered
or
up?
because someone offered.
Celebratory. Gotcha. I respect that.
Just
All right.
imagine if it's
Ah,
blue
fucking
coffee, just a
son.
new cup of coffee.
Hey,
Just like drinking a
Lorelai, how many
easy
fingers am I
espresso.
holding up? I'm holding up for out of character.
I'm gonna say 3 and then take a swig of coffee.
I'm holding 4.
Oh, that's great. It's one more than I thought. My eyes don't quite work during the day, alcohol not included. Me and sunlight don't get along, but definitely, like I said, I'm still intoxicated. Thank you, Kevin,
What
for this beautiful nectar that is known as coffee.
drink is this? Coffee?
Oh, yeah. Have you
It's
never
made
had it?
from a bean. From what I know, it's able to keep you awake, can sober up even those that are known as dwarves that love to drink, and it has a bitter taste, so it
I
gets my stamp of approval.
I take a little bit of a swig,
No, I just imagine.
immediately spit it out. That is not
Wow.
very. Oh
Yeah, coffee's
no,
not for everyone.
no, don't like that.
Yeah,
That's why.
no,
Yeah, we normally don't drink it
T10,
black.
T10, it helps you stay awake, can help you sober up, but the bitterness and the
I don't.
strength of it, it's not for everyone.
Personally, I
I don't
prefer my
really.
coffee
I don't. I
with some
don't really
cream.
need much to help me stay awake.
Would you
Uh,
like some wine instead as I pull out my wine bottle that's still somehow half full?
I've never consumed alcohol before.
uh,
Well,
oh no.
considering the fact that you seem humanoid, you should have some if you desire. It might take the edge off of that troublesome anxiety you seem to have.
That or make them
Like
even
I
more.
said, I've never really tried the whole alcohol thing.
Let's try
I've
that.
been staying away from it.
Let's
I
let's test that
understand.
later. Let's test that later.
I wish I was like my uncle Fester, who could turn alcohol into other alcohol with the look of his gaze. I would turn this wine into whiskey.
I'm just gonna
But
sneak
yeah,
walk over here.
if you have cream and a couple of sugars, yeah, I would absolutely down that coffee.
Ah,
I hand him just that.
I'm gonna put a little bit of wine in my coffee and
No,
then
I
just
don't
chug
like
the
it.
rest of
I don't like it
my
black for
cup.
whatever reason.
Wait, did you just put wine in coffee?
Yup.
No, that's
Oh
just
no,
that
it's
just makes it.
French
Oh,
coffee.
nope, I'm not having
I
that.
mean, to be honest, if I had whiskey, Irish
Yeah,
coffee is
no,
delicious.
whiskey makes sense.
Yeah, whiskey makes perfect sense. My character would absolutely drink
Fucking
that too.
fruity ass wine does
I would
not
But
understand
go
if you did
well
that
with
fruit,
with
but
coffee.
wine
tea.
and coffee? It sounds like a bad, terrible combo.
I understand. I would kind of
I'm gonna chug
understand
that shit.
wine with
I'm
tea.
going through a series of depression, and I'm also hiccuping both in game and out of game now because apparently I have hiccups now.
Yeah, the hiccups suck.
Fucking whiskey.
So, Kevin,
Yeah.
you and Uda make a delicious breakfast, because Uda is fucking master chef in this place.
I just
Now
eat
I
stuff
just
from the
have the
forest
mental
like twigs and
image of like.
berries.
Where's the lamb sauce?
No, now I just have the mental image of T10 basically working in what's that guy's name? The really angry guy that yells at his
You
Gordon
mean
workers.
Ramsay?
Yeah, him.
Gordon Ramsay, the guy that I worked with in that I've met multiple times? He's actually not as angry as you think.
No, I meant in terms of what I've seen in terms of the show. It's been a
Yeah,
while.
online he looks like a cunt, but in real life he's actually dope.
Oh yeah, he seemed like a
I
decent
just
person.
imagine Uda with two pieces reaching up and barely making it to Kevin's face. He's like, "What are you?" And Kevin's just like taller than you.
I can totally see that. I can totally see that.
It's like
All right.
you're trying to tell me that he says, I swear I can't pay attention. You're just I'm just incredibly tall.
But I can totally see
So,
that happening.
with the making of breakfast, as you guys start serving it out, all of a sudden you hear this tumbling from upstairs as Bernadette suddenly hangs down from the staircase. Uh, this look of hunger in her eyes as she just stares down at you all. What
I just hand her a plate with
uh,
silverware. I don't know, I'm gonna
she
let her speak. Just plate silverware.
It's
well, I mean,
it's
she's
rare.
literally on the other side of the room, so unless you run up to her, but you can certainly hold one out to her.
I'll just walk over, just like here. The vampire special.
She'll climb down. She stares down at the plates. Oh no! I couldn't possibly. The mother the mother requests restraint. We're not supposed to enjoy mortal delicacies of that nature.
I mean, there's
I
no.
mean,
Because
aren't you mortal?
I'm still
It's
somewhat
like saying,
drunk.
hey,
I
person,
realize
don't drink
that she's
water.
a
You don't
vampire.
need it.
I'm gonna cut my wrist and I'm gonna ask her, does she want a different kind of breakfast?
I, no, I don't need that. I have my fill of perverted old men in the evening. I and I
Didn't
can
need that
drink.
mental image.
I can drink water all fine. It's specifically the culinary arts, you see. The mother has great disdain for the inventions of mortal men.
I feel like
Yeah, food's not an
That is
invention
it.
by mortals.
This wine was
It's the
made to
invention of
make even
fire and
demons
burn.
demons drunk. Would you like a glass to celebrate our newfound friendship as I offer her my collapsible wine glass?
I as she visibly gets nervous, you see her kind of flip on a dime as she very quickly snatches up the plate of food and the glass of wine. Well, if you insist, that'd be rude of me to not accept a gift from visitors, as she just almost gulps down the wine in a single swallow and just viciously digs into the plate of food.
Said I understand
I
that you may have other things that you
He'll
should or
wipe her
should not
face
do,
off with a napkin.
but I respect and
The
care about
wine.
you, and you
Like,
should feel
things
part of
been
our
a messy.
lovely band of crew. I'm
um,
glad you can enjoy what we enjoy.
actually I've been meaning to ask a vampire this question.
I just picture myself wearing a pink apron and slippers. Just have my hair up in curls like I am the mom of the
You a
group.
whole ass weirdo. You're the weirdest bodyguard ever, bro.
Wearing a pink apron. I'm just like you are Open crumbs.
I've been actually being to ask this. If you don't mind me asking, can
Yeah.
you
Absurd.
digest that food okay, or what?
I think she's savoring the taste.
I think so too. I think she's just ignoring me.
As she quite literally licks every like drop of meat juice off of her little plate. She looks over to you, Mr. Cubella. Uh, well, while vampires don't need to consume traditional food, we absolutely can. It's not like our digestive system just stops working.
You don't
Yeah,
really have the reason to,
I
but you
mean,
can indulge, which is a very good thing.
yeah, it was part of the reason I passed because I really didn't know, and most people don't really get a chance to talk to vampires, considering that most of them end up as lunch.
Um, yep.
They're wonderful creatures. I had a cousin of mine that claimed he had a one night stand with a vampire.
You
Okay.
fucked a vampire.
No,
I
not
mean, it
not
doesn't.
not me, my cousin.
The way you made it sound, you implied it as you.
I mean, I think vampires are quite attractive, but but no, I meant my
Why
cousin
is this
Philip.
conversation happening?
What? When did
I
this
don't
conversation
know.
even came across? I just came.
I'm sorry, I'm still totally not drinking alcohol as I see our lovely new friend enjoying the fruits and foods of Kevin's labor
Uh,
and my wine.
I.
Yeah.
I beg to differ. Una would like to beg to differ.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Also, Uda, the beautiful, wonderful, sexy chef that is Uda.
What the fuck is that?
I have no idea. I've already lost track of this conversation 5 minutes ago.
It's like, nope, not 40. That is half.
But with that, Bernadette will thank you, thank both Uda and Kevin kindly for the meal and retreat to her hiding spot back upstairs.
I think she
Tempted to
won't
go
be nice
upstairs and
enough to
follow,
us
but I'm gonna be
guys.
nice.
I think that's the first time she's ate it in a very long time. At least normal people food.
I think we're becoming friends.
Go
No, Kevin,
upstairs
what makes you think
in the general
that?
direction that
Progress.
Bernadette went, just because I'm still drunk and I want to explore this lovely abode we're in.
I believe I need to pick up my sword. So,
Ugh.
what time was I supposed to pick it up today? This morning or this evening?
He said in the afternoon.
Okay.
Please have a basement.
Doesn't. Well,
Drinking at hiccups is just irritating as fuck, like IRL.
Why would a water treatment plant have a basement or a power?
it's not water treatment; it's power.
Why
It
would it have a power?
technically does. The problem
Why
is that
wouldn't it?
the staircase that would normally lead downstairs is broken and full of rubble. So
Yeah. So
Could I? Hold on. Where's that spell? Could I use plant growth to
I
make new stairs?
I don't think that's how plant growth works.
it's not a matter of new stairs. It's also that the staircase is full of rubble and debris. You'd have to like clear out the space to be able to even get down.
Hmm.
Well, that clearly means Bernadette isn't using it, so if we clear it out, maybe we could get the professor a room.
Yeah.
Stumble upstairs towards Bernadette's area, and I'm just gonna put some more wine in this coffee, and I'm going to enjoy my day.
You head upstairs, and looking around, you see no trace of her. Nothing but all of the spider webs and nests, maybe egg sacs, and then the phase spiders sleeping on the ceiling.
That sucks. I've always wanted to get to know a vampire, and now that I have the chance, she's disappeared.
To be fair, it is morning as the sun shines through the windows.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I don't like sunlight, but sunlight's deadly to her. So I'm just going to pass out face first to fully sober up.
Do they have a torch?
I have a couple of candles, but I don't think that would work.
Because like, I need light, but I don't want to use a spell, and I don't want to throw
And to be fair, to be a
I don't want to
vampire is actually the
throw a
right
lantern
idea.
down.
Daylight is trash.
Alright, let's get a few things. So wait, Kevin, what are you trying to light up?
A torch so I could like get a better view of the basement.
Yeah, it's not gonna give you a clearer view. The basement's blocked.
We have to clear it out first.
Yeah, we have to clear out
Yeah.
the stairway in order to see the basement.
So it's like it's like you walk down
Stairway,
a few steps and
okay.
like just rubble, debris,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Okay.
Effectively, the way it works, you go to the back end of the room through a doorway. You can see where there's supposed to be a staircase that goes down, but there's, stones and broken wood and all sorts of things filling the space where a stairwell should be.
Wake up more sober than I am. I will assist the rest of them with the task at hand.
Mm-hmm. I know Kibella wants to go out in the afternoon, correct? T10, I believe, doesn't have a task until Dramer gets back in contact with him, so unless he had something else in mind.
I guess I could do a few performances out on the street until my sword is effectively ready in the afternoon.
You whore.
I didn't realize your name was T10.
Oh, sorry.
That's why I called you a whore.
I'm not doing that. God no. My character
I mean,
couldn't
you're a
even.
bard. Anything goes, bro.
My character is very
Alright.
much into women
Seduce
and is
woman,
not
okay.
like that.
Either way, T10, was there anything in particular you wanted to try and go out to do today?
At some point this morning, I'm going to get my emotional support, Kevin, and attempt the needle again.
Emotional support, Kevin.
Okay. I mean, if you legitimately feel safer with Kevin, I will allow him to give you the help action for this wisdom save.
The question is, do
All
you
right, sure, I'll take it.
feel? If anything, Kevin would be kind of not really. I don't know.
I mean, in multiple cases, Kevin has kind of been there for him.
Yeah, but as well as
The only
been
other-
the cause of his
Emotional support.
anxiety.
I
of
would
this
be
crew.
doing it with Kevin and Ingrid, but Ingrid's not here. Well,
Here in person,
JD's
anyways.
not here, so Ingrid's probably there as well. But since JD's not here to roleplay, I haven't been mentioning him.
I always get the impression that Ingrid, he's supportive and caring and protective, but not
Yeah.
in any emotional sense.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I'd still probably have him there.
Oh yeah, there's definitely trust. It's just not a. Yeah, anyway.
Ooh, emotions. What are those?
Now I
Alright.
just can picture Ingrid as like that emotionless emo kid from high school.
Got the hair over one eye.
He's dead.
And
And
mascara.
other than that, we got to start looking into how to get into the Undercity. So I'm gonna start looking into that during the day.
Let's
Let's
go
go
a
ahead and do that
basement.
wisdom saving throw first.
Yep.
Does the help action give you
One more luck point.
advantage?
Come on.
It gives him advantage on his roll.
17.
So on that
Ah.
20. Yeah.
No, that's advantage, so that's a 19.
That's a nat 20.
Yep, with a natural 20, you manage to do it. I will leave it to you whether your character is like over the fear of this being stabbed.
Oh,
I'm
no, he's
totally
not
casting
over it.
detect
I'm
thoughts.
certainly expecting to make a
Mhm.
similar check anytime I want to use the needle. Um,
Mhm.
I will say the DC will probably get lower and lower the more he does it.
All right,
I
but
would definitely agree with that.
He'll get used to it eventually, but no, he's not over the fear in any way. He just is able to do it for once.
Right.
so you manage to press that needle against your skin, you tense up really bad, close your eyes, and manage to get it into your arm, and this it's a very bizarre feeling to you because the pain is also familiar and you can almost feel yourself on the verge of like teetering into a panic attack until this feeling of euphoria sort of overcomes it at the same time and it almost ebbs and flows as your blood fills the syringe. And once you, without even looking at the syringe, you can feel it reach the point of being full and you yank it from your arm, bizarrely not going into a panic attack.
Okay, I was able to do that, and in theory, I'll be able to do that in the future now. So I may be more useful when we inevitably end up fighting more often.
Why have
Oh
to roll the
dear.
d10?
So you took 4 points of piercing damage from stabbing yourself,
Yep.
Oh, I forgot about the
and
damage. I
you
was like,
have
oh no,
one.
is this an encounter? What is this?
You have
It's just damage.
one stored up level 1 spell slot in that syringe,
Okay.
Neat.
and effectively the way it works is you would use the syringe as a spellcasting focus. The magical blood would drain from it as you cast the spell, and so on. And then
I've
you'd
made
have
this
to
a
refill it,
binding of Isaac item.
basically. So there you go. You got a free level 1 spell slot.
Alright.
There's no mold earth. What I want to know.
If I
Well,
sacrifice more hit dice, do I get higher level spell slots?
I will say with more practice with the item, you might learn how to control it better, but at least as of now, you can only store the single level ones
All right.
Take less damage.
until it has, expended it.
You go from a D10 to a D8.
Maybe. We'll see.
Dude, a D10 is dangerous for me. That's like half my health.
Oh wow.
Oh, is there a church here?
yeah, I believe so.
There are 2 known churches.
Oh, I want to read the minds of church officials.
But yeah, I'm going
I think
to
I
perform
think
on.
the party as a whole should work on the going into the Undercity thing. I'm gonna go to one of those churches today.
I'm gonna go with, because I'm curious, and I want to read their minds.
Hey,
I want to see how corrupt they are.
I could poke around the market and see if I can find any information.
Who knows? They might be the people we need to go to get to the Underdark.
Sure, more
Disguise it as a
information.
religion.
More information is always a good thing. Just be subtle. Right now, people probably don't know we're marked.
Well, yeah. I'm
Let's
not gonna
keep
say it.
it
I'm
that
just
way
gonna.
until we want to enter this lower city.
For right now, I'm just gonna say I'm performing, and I'll ask the occasional, "Hey, out of curiosity, where's this place?"
So, as you guys go to leave for the day, you open up the door, and Lorelei, if you are still with us.
I just realized wolverines look like small bears.
What?
You still with us, Blood Archer, or is the alcohol finally taking you?
I was thinking about what my cloak looked like, and it looks like a wolverine, but the size of a bear. Where it came from. So it just looks like a bear. It has to fit me.
Alright, so I'm going to safely assume that Blood Archer has KO'd, but I will make a note that there is a note specifically for him, sort of stabbed into the door.
Wait, is that a note specifically to Lorelei?
Mm-hmm.
Gonna give that a quick glance, see what that says.
You would know you would know that it is a note specifically delivered by the hands of someone that is a member of the blood cults. The blood cults have a specific, the bloody handprint on a door. It's just the traditional way of leaving notes or messages or calling out to each other.
When you say blood cult, you mean specifically his tribe?
Yeah, the next village over from yours.
Right.
You're
So that might
spending enough
technically
time with
I'm
Lorelei.
from
You're from the warrior
Warlord.
tribe. I
Yeah.
mean, all of them have similar beliefs and practices, but the blood cults specifically have, their traditions.
Hmm.
Right.
Same country, different city.
Mhm.
Same country, different aspects of the culture.
Although the only problem being that the note is written in a language you cannot speak.
Cool.
But
I
you
don't know
do
why when you were
recognize it.
saying same country, different city, my mind went Florida to Texas.
Ah. kind,
My mind went
kind of.
to.
Kinda,
It's
but
like they're
maybe.
both American, but they have very different cultures.
Yeah.
It's like they're both so very American, but in completely different ways. Some crazy shit will happen to you in Florida, but you'll get your shit knocked out of you in Texas.
Both if you're not careful in either.
Yeah, you'll see gators in Florida.
I know. I've been to Florida numerous
I
times.
have too. I didn't see a gator. But disappointed on that.
I've seen plenty.
I haven't. I seen just a bunch of snakes just doing their thing once on a dock.
We saw this one gator that was on one of the main roads.
Just taking a nap.
No, someone was dumb enough to run a damn over. That thing
Fuck.
was pissed.
If it lives, it's gonna wreck your shit.
Oh, it
And
lived.
death roll your ass.
Oh, it lived, but it was pissed.
He bit its tire and fucked him up.
Surprisingly, the
With the
guy got.
tabs.
Surprisingly, the guy was far away enough to where the gator didn't get it, the tires and stuff.
Just why attack the gator in the first place?
He didn't realize it was a gator. He thought it was a tire in the road.
I can see that. We have gone so off topic.
Yeah, we just started talking about gators and shit.
It's like, okay, this is happening.
Anyway, first thing, I mean, I was writing something down, so I'm okay with random conversation for a minute there. First things first, Lorelai gets that note. Then let's go ahead and Mr. Kibella, you
Yep.
want to go pick up your rapier.
Mm-hmm. I'm also doing some performances and try to gather some information.
Okay. We'll say you can go ahead and do 2 performances between when you leave and when you get there
Alright?
to earn up some extra money.
I have advantage because of actor. So here's the first one. Why does it do that now? I do not like this update that Roll20 has done.
All right.
So
20. So you said you have
27.
advantage?
Yeah.
Well, right. Why do you have advantage?
Actor.
Gotcha. All right. Go ahead and give me a second one.
23.
All right. You lucked out for the day. Managed to pull off some fantastical performances. And from some nice spare change of people and the kindness of strangers, you managed to collect.
He gets a girl flirting with him.
You got 50 silver pieces, which you can easily convert to 5 gold.
Mm-hmm. Right now, I'll just note them down as silver pieces.
With that,
I easily have 7 gold pieces in just silver. And
I
of
mean, if you want
course,
to, just
in between some of my performances, I gather some information on how to get to Neophos. Just out of pure
no.
curiosity.
It's just through one of the churches, I bet.
You can go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
I don't think that affects it, but I'll double check. Nope.
Well, it's
Deception
the
and performance. Nope. So this is just normal. 13. Not my greatest roll.
with a 13. The best bit of information you can get is it is some sort of project that the Kramer company is hosting. The project itself is basically located on the opposite mountain, but as to how you're allowed access, people aren't entirely sure.
Alright.
Through one of the churches.
Probably not through a church, buddy.
I'm calling it. It's through a church.
If anything, it's probably through one of their company places. I'm gonna say it's
Well,
probably in the Dreamer MRD.
well, the thing is, the physical entrance to the place is what they told you. It's basically the town you're in is on the southern mountain ridge. The
Mhm.
entrance to the place is on the northern mountain ridge across the road.
Okay, so it's somewhere on the northern ridge.
The problem is how you're allowed access.
Yeah. Which my character has not fully figured out. Oh well. Well, at least I got the information, so. Some information is better than no
Oh
information.
no, it's almost like we can't just bullshit our way there. I had some, but I forgot it.
I mean, I could just charm my way in, but.
That really helped
I
us in the
could
last
just
city.
I was about to
Stay.
say, that didn't really help us last time, so let's not try that.
I could wild shape into a bug and just hide on the person.
So,
I.
That's for later.
Silver, you make your way through the marketplace.
Yep.
And find yourself that old gnome who, exact same places you found him before, basically doing the exact same thing. You're almost wondering if he actually went to sleep last night, because
Hmm. I mean, my character does have patience for the elderly, regardless of race or gender, and respect.
but as soon as you approach, yeah, as soon as you approach, you kind of notice the gnome's ears twitch as he looks up. Ah, there you are. I think this was his accent. Fucking cares. Hey,
Uh,
hey,
good
hey.
good afternoon. As I give him a polite wave.
All right. I got you. Yeah, give me 1 second. I had it around. Here it is. As he pulled out a lovely little rapier,
Hmm.
sets it there on the table. A nice fine bit of my handiwork. Hmm?
It looks beautiful.
And considering you pitched in for half the resources and everything, I think a solid 10 gold pieces for the handiwork.
Mm, okay. Let's see. Doing some math. I got. Oh, I just barely got enough. So I got 60 silver, which I could convert into 6 gold, and I would just basically be out of gold and down to 11 silver pieces and 5 copper pieces. So I barely just have enough. Say,
I'm
alright,
technically the most wealthy member of the party if we
alright,
liquidate our items into gold.
alrighty. As I hand him 4 gold pieces and 60 silver pieces.
He counts up everything
Bingo.
and throws all the coins into a nice locked chest.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Pleasure to doing business with you.
Yeah, pleasure to you as well. Hope it does good work out there for you.
Yep. As
As
I
he smiles, waves you off, and returns to his little smithing work.
Mhm.
Good old Gobby, an honest gnome.
Well, my character is a very honest person, and he ain't gonna cheat out anyone out of a good wage.
Look, let's just be glad none of you rolled bad enough to get a cheapskate or a cheater.
Mhm.
Yet.
Word being yet.
Joke's on you, Rue. I don't have any money to get stolen.
All of a
No.
sudden, a urchin from the street bumps into you. You almost collapse from getting shaken about as it runs away. You suddenly check your pockets. Oh no, your gold dust.
I
And,
cast a movable object on everything the urchin owns.
and I don't like this thinking.
I mean, we got. Oh, wait, did we ever sell those gems that we got, or no?
We're not selling them, we need them.
Not the ones that resurrect us, the other ones.
There were no other ones.
Like you guys said,
Yeah, you guys got a pile of gold, the gemstones for components, and then other small crafting components.
yeah.
So,
Uda's holding on to them anyway, and I'm not just stealing them off his sheet.
Fair. As I have my rapier sheathed, of course.
yep. And T10, what was it you wanted to do around town?
I'm going to one of the churches.
All right. Do you want to go to the Palace of Creation, or do you want to try and hunt down the Temple of Arcus?
I assume the Palace of Creation is easier to find.
It is that big, massive ass building at the top of the mountain.
I go, at the top of the mountain.
I mean, it's a little lower than Dreamer, but
Man, it's a walk. I stumble into whichever one I find first.
if it's just randomly, you're going to find Temple of Creation first.
Alright, then I go to the Temple of Creation.
But yeah.
Or the Palace of Creation. All right. First thing you notice as you come up to the place, this place is obnoxiously large. The doors are so big that they don't actually open. There are smaller doors built into the lowest section of the door that is the actual entranceway.
A little excessive.
It is a massive cathedral just towering into the sky. Windows reaching from the bottom to the top at this mastercraft of architecture, which is massive in design. Entrance is not hard, as it's open to the public. Walking through the front doors, you see piles of, well, not piles, rows upon rows upon rows of pews just dedicated to as many denizens as it could possibly fill. The walls carved with intricate designs and markings denoting various scriptures of Arcus and stories and legends retelling miracles of Arcus or the master crafters that have made grand weapons and designs in his name. And at the very far end of the room, there is a massive. There's a massive statue dedicated to Arcus, an impossibly large, muscular man with no face, and this massive podium where you see a dwarf sort of stood looking over the majesty, dressed in some sort of this combination of priest robes as well as like light or not lightweight armor, but light plates of armor.
Okay.
But I mean, it takes 15 minutes to try and reach the other end of this hall before the dwarf can even notice you. The great distance between him and the front door.
Good morning, I suppose, sir.
It'd be afternoon by this point.
Afternoon. Whatever, don't care.
It's explicitly a thing you would know.
I know that.
I know that disembodied voice.
I'm fully aware voice in my head.
I like the
You
idea that your character just go a little crazy a little sometimes.
you see the dwarf look over this large podium as he grabs what looks to be a a bell of some sort as he kind of takes it and rings it. And as he rings it, you hear the bell chime all the way through the massive halls as all of a sudden his voice becomes booming and loud as he goes, "Welcome to the Palace of Creation."
Caleb, not Caleb. Kevin, now would be a good time
Yeah.
to cast Detect Thoughts.
What?
Like,
What
oh,
are you guys talking? You guys aren't here.
No, no. Kevin went with you. I was just saying out of character.
yeah, I did. I did go with
Okay.
you.
Yeah, Kevin
That's
did
fine.
say you wanted.
Quite the impressive place of worship you have here. Um, I have a strange request, but I didn't know who exactly I should go to, and I kind of assumed this may be a place to fix my issue.
What they thinking?
Well, his surface thoughts when he brings up how impressive this place is. The dwarf is full of pride, as it is people. He has thoughts of, like, his father and other great artisans and smiths that put this place together.
Yes, dwarven pride.
Yes. Surprising, a dwarf proud of something. An
Not as strong
impossible feat, I
as
know.
Phelan pride. Fool.
As he as T10 brings up a sort of vague questioning, the surface thought is a bit of confusion, even maybe a tinge of frustration. But outwardly he goes, "Yes, child of Arcus. If it is knowledge I possess, I shall give it to you."
Not exactly knowledge. You see, I've never had the most pleasant of dreams, but regardless, a little while back, I had one that well, it was especially unpleasant, and ever since I've not been feeling exactly well, and I didn't know exactly where to go about that.
You are plagued by a mental sickness of sorts that has affected your physical health.
Yes.
Well, I could certainly speak a prayer in the name of Arcus and offer you some salvation, if
Uh,
that is what you desire. I only ask that if you can spare it a humble donation to the church.
uh, what is he saying mentally though? What does Kevin hear?
Mentally, the guy would more or less be thinking, hmm, I don't know. I'm trying to think of how this would. More or less, he's not. The guy doesn't entirely understand what T10 is asking for, but he's going to use some healing spells that he knows in an attempt to help him in his suffering in some way.
I'm going to approach the dais, and I'm going to take out a small cloth bag and put 5 gold worth of gold dust into it and give it to him.
Well, there's a little. You would notice he sort of gestures to the base of this large podium, where there's a box with a large slot for donations.
Sure, I'll put it in there.
All right. Pour coal dust in there. You can throw that
That's gonna
interesting
take
look as you
forever.
pour.
That's gonna take forever to clean up now.
Let's go.
As the dwarf climbs down from the podium, and out from a little door at the side of it, he pops out holding a hammer. And he will walk over to you. When he speaks this time, now that he's not holding the bell, his voice is normal. Please kneel before the grace of Arcus.
He has a healing mallet.
Sure, I'll do what he asks of me.
Mentally?
All right, we will. He's like, what kind of a? That was clearly golden dust. It's a bizarre donation, but it will. I'll have to count that up later. Anyway. As he takes the mallet or the hammer and bonks you gently over the head. It's still a steel hammer, so it doesn't feel great, no matter how
There's a
softly you
ringing
bonk
sound
it.
as it hits a metal section of my head.
Oh yeah, that's actually awful for you.
Oh god, yeah.
But
It's like wearing a bucket helmet.
Oh, this is Tempest all over again.
Mhm. But in his thoughts, he goes, "This hammer of restoration. We'll see if that helps him." As the hammer bonks you on the head, you feel the effects of lesser restoration.
Wait, I could have just done that.
I didn't tell any of the party members.
Nope, you just said you was going to church.
Wait, do I know he cast lesser restoration?
Nope, but the hammer did.
You can try to put two and two together by what he says. The hammer of restoration.
I mean, I do know lesser restoration.
Mm-hmm. Now the
Does
thing I
it
have to double check.
work or not?
It does not.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You would need a stronger form of restoration.
Probably
Hmm.
greater restoration, which I think
Greater
Tempest.
restoration or remove curse, I think, would also work.
Tempest had removed curse as
Tempest
well.
doesn't matter right now.
I know. I'm just
Do you
saying.
think dispel magic could work?
Probably not.
Nope. It is specifically one of those two spells, but nevertheless, the dwarven priest sort of takes the hammer in both of his hands as he speaks some sort of prayer. So long as your faith in Arcus is strong enough, then you shall be healed by his prayer.
Where's
Thank you
Bobcat?
for your blessing.
Hmm. Is there any further questions or aid I could offer you?
Do you have any sort of holy book I could read through?
He gestures out to the various pews. Yes, there are many copies of the Bible of Arcus stashed away at all of our pews. We only ask that you please replace the book when you are done reading.
Of course. I'm going to head to one of the back pews in the church where he can't really see me anymore. And I'm going to take one of the books and leave.
And never
Alright.
return.
I bought that book for 5 gold.
They probably got stacks of them in the back room somewhere. So
Like, pay for a failed healing, get a book free.
But yeah, after that, the dwarf will return to the large podium, and yeah, the opposite end of the church is way too far away. He can't see you do jack shit. So yeah, you get away with taking the book.
We're just outside of the place now, and I still have detect thoughts activated.
Mm-hmm.
Do I just
Uh,
hear anything in particular about uh the the Undercity, whatever it's called?
Oh gosh, no. Most people approaching the church are thinking about the church, about prayer. Occasionally, someone like, "I hope Arcus forgives me of my sins." There's
I'm just
stuff
gonna
people going into church would think about.
I'm just gonna occasionally whisper into the random passerby's mind. Just convert them to Bobcat.
Pocket.
Pocket.
But how? What are you going to say that converts them?
Pocket. Like, I want
Just,
them to
just
think it's their own thought. And you're like, what the fuck?
I,
Like, who?
I,
What?
I,
I want them to be like think like
not how
it
that
was
spell
their
works.
thought and get confused is the intent. That's why
you can
I'm
certainly.
whispering it
I mean, you
with
can whisper it into their
okay.
head, and they won't necessarily know where it's coming from. But I mean, it will be your voice, so they'll kind of know it's not their own thought. But I mean, you planted a seed into people's minds.
Yes.
Now, whether
Okay.
or not that seed grows is a completely different question.
It may not. That's why I've planted multiple.
Oh, so,
I cannot
uh,
I cannot decide if the soil is fertile, only where to put it.
so was there anything else you wanted? Any further exploration?
Um,
I'm assuming we can't have a meetup place of where we're gonna be meeting up.
yeah,
You
should
can't
we
what?
start working on the Undercity now or wait for the rest of the group, Rue?
I say we wait. Personally, like speaking.
That is your call, guys.
I say we wait
I'm
for the
just
rest.
asking in case you have something prepped for that.
Um, I vote for wait for the rest of the group.
See what they've gathered, yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
I mean the
in that
majority of what
case,
But there is one thing that my character would say. Hey, hey guys. Well, I kind of figured out where it's at, kinda, just not how to get in.
sounds good. Yeah, we can certainly make our way there later. I'd rather not
Uh,
the long journey today.
Oh,
yeah,
the
we'll
north.
still do some investigation, at least for another couple of days. Then we'll head on that direction.
Well, I'll see you back at the water place tonight. And I start walking off.
Yep. Just thought I'd get my what happened on my end.
I'm going to go towards one of the edges of the city. I'm going to summon Aeon. And he's going to fly up and over the wall, back to the entrance to the Underdark, and I'm going to send him on a little exploration.
I forgot that's the name of your bird.
So you're having your bird basically have a mental draw out the map for you. That's actually a very smart idea.
Yeah. When I
We're
heard the
going
name of the
to-
bird, I forgot who the bird was. I was like, is that a demon?
I'm going to spend some time trying to map out as much as I can at a distance.
Then here is how we will do that. Aeon is going to be flying through the Underdark as fast as he possibly can, collecting as much visual information as you can get from him. We're going to have him roll some dexterity saving throws.
Oh, lovely.
And the first one that he fails is where he dies because something killed him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm going to give Aeon enhance ability.
Sure, why not?
Can I make...
We'll let him.
Are there any other ways I can make him more survivable?
I mean, I could give him bardic inspiration, but I think that only lasts like a minute or an hour.
I'm not going to talk to you about this.
Mhm.
Can I cast Armor of Agathis on him? No.
So.
No.
Can I cast Mirror Image on him? No.
That I'm pretty certain you can do.
Enhance ability. Link. Nope, that's about it.
Well, how long's the duration for enhance ability?
An hour. So for the first hour, he'll have advantage.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and see some dexterity at advantage. So.
Come on, Owl, don't die.
First roll, 2 natural ones.
Don't jinx it.
12.
All right. He manages to fly past some danger. I assume the intent is basically exploring the tunnels and hoping to find other routes.
Anything we haven't explored yet, according to... And I'm sitting above, filling it out on the map as we go.
All right. So he has explored one other tunnel. Go ahead and do another dex save.
19.
19. He safely manages to navigate another tunnel.
20.
And that's within an hour time span?
Let's go ahead and go with 6 rolls in total will be the hour.
I mean, to be fair, I can cast it again on him because I can cast touch spells through him.
I will say that is up to you if you want to spend all those spell slots.
I mean, it doesn't seem like we're doing much else today. We'll do the first 6 rolls and see if he dies. 15.
Good plan.
Double crit.
Double
All right.
that.
Holy shit!
Oh, shoot. Go to the lottery and get you a ticket.
What the...
Because that's a
All
1 in a
right,
400 chance.
I'm basically going to say this. As Aeon is exploring through the tunnels, he actually ends up finding one of the caravans traveling through the tunnels. and they don't, at very least, they don't know, they don't suspect anything of an owl just in the tunnels. Not enough to
Uh,
kill it, right? And just by sticking with that group and following them, you manage to find one other route that, kind of with some guesstimation, you figure out the most likely path they followed. Or at the very least, you know where the route they are on connects to the route you guys were on. But this tunnel breaks out a little further south, a little closer to Ferrario.
so that's
Alright.
towards Trario.
Mm-hmm. And I will go ahead and say that is the last bit of searching we will do for this evening.
All right,
Sounds good. What the fuck?
that's a 1 in 400. Holy crap! Like T10, first thing in the morning, get yourself a lottery ticket.
Fuck it, go to a 24-hour gas station right now.
Because that's a good sign.
It's actually 1 in 160,000.
Well,
1 in 400 is 2 natural 20s in a row. That's 4 natural 20s in a row.
yeah, I'm just half asleep here, so forgive me. All right, I'm gonna end things on my end. So,
Yep, that is the end of the evening for us.
yep. Later, guys.
Yep. Have a good night, Silver.
Alrighty. The party is trying to find the Neos, the other underdog city. Shall our party find it, or will they be undead or doomed to fail? Until next time, mates.